reaction.
Okay, that's still fine. Jesus still loves it.
Amen.
Michael Corn, what's up, Peter Fabian?
How you guys doing?
And we are live, I think. Yo, Flurs, what's up? It's good to see you all. Tonight's going to be a very triggersome stream for some people. We've already been having some triggered numpties like Sean Hawkins coming in.
You know, Flatzoidz, both you and Dave are just
Get out of my car!
you are too much of a coward.
And Craig, FTFE, the Fallacy King.
You stupid woman.
That's gonna be an interesting one tonight.
Yo, Flurs, what's up? It's good to see you guys. We have an awesome special guest tonight, Aidan Mattis. Mattis, or is it Mattis or Mattis?
It's Mattis.
certainly matters.
What is that intro?
Don't you love it?
Is that
Jamie at Sea Level. Jamie at Sea Level. He's one of our. He's one of Flatz's watchers. He'll probably be in the chat. He's got his own channel and he does. He takes little clips from some certain people that he finds funny, sticks them all together like a moving collage, I suppose. Pretty good. I like it. I think it's good.
That was a lot.
It's something.
That's actually a little bit of it of that episode. There's like 22 minutes worth, isn't there? That's just only like a minute or so of it.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
All right.
It's good to have you in, man. Thank you for coming. You say you can only do about 2 hours, which is perfect because that's about how long we stream. So we didn't really work out a structure. So we're probably just going to have a debate chat like you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Discussion, debate.
Awesome. And then we'll just have PJ.
So there's no set format then. No set format. Just
No, I mean,
right, okay.
I can tell you what I kind of would like to definitely nail down is what it is that you guys actually believe, because putting together a general like what the average flat Earth person believes guideline sheet was almost impossible. So I think that's a very important starting point, I think, for any kind of discussion like this is what exactly is it? Because I'm sure you guys all know, the heliocentric model is pretty firm. It's been around a while, and it's everybody knows what people who believe in that believe. Flat Earth, on the other hand, not quite as consistent over time. So if you guys could tell me what exactly it is that you believe.
I don't know.
Okay, that's
it
perfect.
Might be family indoctrinated. The goal might be family indoctrinated, but into people. But I don't think it's firm in its evidence.
What happened?
I'll let Flats because he'll kind of umbrella it because I pretty much believe we do. Obviously, all of us have slight little differences here and there. We don't all agree on absolutely everything, but umbrella wise, and I think Flats and everybody here is pretty much as such and such, So, Flats go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I don't know if you've realized we totally Hebrew cosmology. Mm-hmm. So we go through to the Hebrew cosmology as what the Bible says. Okay. Because that's what I'm saying with your videos that I've been seeing, you've been using the Flat Earth Society bullshit nonsense, and that's controlled opposition.
Yeah. So when you say it's controlled opposition, why do you say that?
Because they try to stick us in a heliocentric paradigm. They stick us in space. They say gravity has to be a thing. And they make all the things of Flat Earth a joke. They're actually there to make us look moronic. I mean, who thinks about a space floating disc? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That doesn't really work.
So then by, I guess, what I would like to understand then is if it's not a oblate spheroid orbiting the sun, and it's not a flat disk with an ice wall and a dome over top of it floating in space, what is it?
Okay, Aidan, here's the thing. You got to ditch the whole space deal, right? You got bamboozled by the Flat Earth Society. What I found is that, yes, the Hebrew cosmology actually agrees with what I have found. And when you start to, I used to be like you, I used to believe all of that crap, right? But then when I started dissecting it down and looking at the physical, scientific impossibilities of the heliocentric models, I will say, because you guys don't have a single model. You have a model to explain various different things. But the whole thing is this, Aidan, it's scientifically impossible from its inception. A heliocentric. You're talking about a ball of gas formed for some reason. There is no possible way that a ball of gas is going to coalesce for any reason under any condition at all. So it dies right from its inception.
Well, why
But
do
if you ignore those possibilities, then you can go and argue about sphericity and all of these supposed movements and every other thing like that.
Well, but to break it down, though, we are in waters, just like the Bible says. Got the waters above, got the waters below.
And so
we're enclosed.
Okay, so then I guess I would have a couple of responses to that, things I want to clarify, I guess. So first of all, first clarification is that I am a Christian. I am a creationist Christian. I'm not a young Earth creationist, but I am a creationist Christian. So I believe that the God of the Bible created the heavens and the earth, the universe as we know it. And because you guys did, I think, kind of misunderstand what my credentials are in the one live stream you had. I have a minor that is a 6-course program. That's 2 400 levels and then 4 anywhere between 1 and 300. I also have a medieval studies major. That is a full bachelor degree. I have minors in history, classics, and also English. Aside from that, English, I was 1 course away from a major. Scheduling conflict, things suck. The reason I didn't go for a religious studies major is that Penn State doesn't actually offer one anymore because it's just not a big enough program. So I wanted to make that just so you guys understand, because I don't want to be coming into this with you guys thinking that I'm a guy who took a class in religion and that was it. That is my background. I am educated in this stuff, and I do have a Bible podcast where every month we get up and we talk about another very specific aspect. So just wanted to clarify when it comes to credentials, that's where I'm at. Because I did want to make sure that your viewers understood. But just kind of leading back into where I wanted to go with this. When you say that it is scientifically impossible for a ball of gas to coalesce in space, I'm curious why.
Second law of thermodynamics.
What? Okay, elaborate.
According to the second law of thermodynamics, if you have an open system of a vacuum closed adjacent to a high pressure system, it will spontaneously evacuate to equalize.
Yelling in the background.
No, it's fine. Beautiful dog, by the way.
No, thank you.
But yeah, so in other words, if also compared to if you're going to claim the first law, you guys do you believe in the Big Bang? Obviously not, because you believe in.
Well, I would argue that the Big Bang is in line with what the Bible says. That when God said, "Let there be light," that was the Big Bang.
Yeah, and that's what we're saying. We're saying it can't coalesce. So if you have, for instance, something going outwards from each other from a starting point, and it explodes outwards.
Sure.
What Sof's saying is, how can you expect that outward motion all of a sudden to coalesce to create spheres and gas giants and all this in space, which would violate the first and second law of thermodynamics?
Every particle of an explosion will radiate from the epicenter of that explosion, especially as if claimed there is absolutely no resistance whatsoever, no resistance of medium to move out of the way. There's no gravity, supposedly, any of this. Okay, we're just talking about a void, right?
Sure.
So an explosion of any kind is going to radiate from the epicenter of that. As it radiates, as anything radiates, those pieces that radiate away from the object are going to get exponentially further and further away from one another as they expand. They're never going to coalesce. Particles, and much less gases. Gases are never, under any condition, going to form together into a ball or a square or just a gob for any reason. They don't do that.
So, but if we're dealing with a long enough time scale here, and we're dealing with enough material, then it's not just possible, but it's actually almost like guaranteed that
how would
eventually
be
some of that matter is going to come close to
How?
itself.
It's all going away from each other.
Well, that's the
further
thing is
away,
you're
the
assuming that
longer-
everything evenly blasted off in directions.
It's all
That
going
nothing-
away from explosion.
Well, but if
Explosion
say you
away.
have a large amount of material all jettisoned in the same direction, not one atom at a time going in any individual direction, but a large amount of material jettisoned in one direction. Over time, using the current physical model as it's understood.
Which physical model? Which physical model?
Just the current laws of physics as we understand them.
the physics.
Like what? I can shoot a shotgun, right?
Yep.
If I shoot a shotgun, all of those pellets are coming out of the barrel in the same direction. Once they leave the barrel, they start to spread. They spread away from one another. You know what never happens? None of those pellets ever hit each other. Never.
Well, that's not necessarily true either.
No, that is necessarily true because they're all coming out of the barrel at the same velocity, in the same direction, away from the epicenter of explosion.
It would be derailing the conversation to go deeply into this, but a shotgun, the way it works, it's full of little pellets that do in fact hit each other as they are expelled from the barrel.
Don't.
Yeah, inside. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but that doesn't make.
Beside the point. Beside the point.
Yeah.
My point is that given the current laws of physics, everything that we've gained from Newton, Copernicus, Galileo, everybody since them, Einstein, all of them, the way that the current heliocentric model of the universe, the way that those laws work, if you have a large amount of material expelled from one location, then over the course of billions of years as it travels in that same direction, and again, we're talking about large amounts of material here. Like, we could be talking light years across. If that is expelled in one direction, over time, they will eventually coalesce because whatever the largest mass is within that mass, eventually it's going to attract the smaller masses. That's the way the current model works. That's the way the current model works.
That's not observed physics, though. That's the issue. You guys are making it physics.
It's theoretical
There's no
physics.
such thing.
It's theoretical physics.
Theoretical physics is not physics.
Well, it is. That's the.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Go take this theoretical physics of mass attracting mass and show us mass attracting mass, please.
Have you ever gazed into a telescope looking at the sun and watched Venus traverse it? Not Venus, sorry, Mercury.
No, that's you begging the question that
no,
it
it's not. It's
Gravity is not a force.
You can point a telescope at the sun, and you can watch the planet Mercury traverse the sun. It will not go back the other direction.
Whoa.
So how is that?
Wait, Dave. First, you're assuming Mercury is a planet. You're assuming there is gravity, and you're assuming it is a force. First of all, Einstein says gravity is not a force, so you can't have mass attracting mass.
Well, okay, so first of all, one individual scientist is never going to be the end-all, be-all of scientific knowledge. Einstein can be wrong. Copernicus was wrong. Einstein can be wrong. A lot of different people can be wrong. A lot of people can be right about some things and wrong about other things. But what I want to start with here is you just said that, you know, that you have to have gravity. But my argument there, that where I'd want to start is, what do you believe keeps things tied to the Earth, if not gravity?
Wait. Nothing's tied to the Earth. You guys come from a belief that you require gravity to hold you down because the Earth is spinning around in space. You need something to be pulled down. That's why you need this. There is no spinning. There is no floating away. We are just denser than the medium around us, which can't support us. Us and the air around us can't take up the same space. So we displace the air around us. That's why we're on the floor.
Displacement of the medium.
So the way you're looking at it is that we're not held to Earth by gravity. We're held to Earth by the fact that we're denser than the air around us.
We're not held to anything.
Yeah.
You are denser than the medium than you're in.
Okay, but you're arguing with a point I'm not making.
Aidan, hold on. The medium, in comparison to the object, is what it's all about. Okay, if you are in a swimming pool. Are you pulled down to the bottom? Are you being sucked down to the bottom? No, because the medium has now changed your weight or your gravitas.
But it hasn't changed your mass.
It doesn't matter. It's the ratio. weight is nothing more than the relative density of an object within a given medium. This is why obese people have to do physical therapy in a pool. This is why the NASA or Deception uses a neutral buoyancy lab, which is a swimming pool.
I would argue the reason NASA uses swimming pools is because it's much easier to mimic low gravity or no gravity in a swimming pool than it is on land. They use them to train.
Yes, that's what I just said.
Yeah,
because it changes their weight, and therefore they are more assimilated to a quote unquote weightless environment.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we can break it down like this. Do you know the scientific method?
Yes.
Aidan?
I mean, it's been a while since I couldn't rattle off all 8 points for you off the top of my head, but I generally understand the concept.
No, it's fine. You understand the independent variable and the dependent variable kind of situation. Okay. Now, if they're trying to take an experiment and they want to validate gravity, what experiment would they do? What would the independent variable be for gravity?
It would be extremely hard to test gravity. I don't even, like, you'd have to have a massive object in space that's measurable. Like, you'd have to have a massive object in a vacuum.
Well, where is there a vacuum? It requires containment. You know that, right?
But you see, that's the issue. That's the issue I'm trying to break down. Every time you guys try and claim gravity, there is no science for gravity.
But there is science because it's not necessarily experimental science in the way you're thinking about it. But
and it's not science.
Well, yes, it is. Okay, so all right, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. No, this is important to go back a ways here because gravity is a real thing, and we can observe gravity. We've observed gravity.
We don't.
Okay,
that's the whole point of this.
But we have observed planet. We have observed other bodies going around the sun. We have done that.
No, you haven't.
So I need to understand, how is it that you're denying gravity when we can observe gravity? The experiment would prove
you observe an effect. You observe an effect, and you claim it to be gravity. Prove that it's gravity.
That's what the experimental phase is proving how it works. But you don't need you don't need to prove that how it works to prove that it's there. That's what I'm trying to get at here.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you pretty much do.
Okay, I'm gonna
no. Let me ask the question here.
Okay.
I say we take a telescope, we point into the sun, and we watch Mercury traverse the sun in one direction. And we can watch it do that over and over and over. That is repetition. That is a repeatable observational experiment. So we watch it do that. So my question to you is, if Mercury is not a planet, what is it and where is it in the cosmology?
Okay, that's just reversing the burden. The point is, you're making the
No, I'm not reversing the burden. I have said that's observably Mercury, and it's observably traversing the sun. So if you're going to say that's not Mercury traversing the sun, I'm asking you, if not that, what?
Even if it is Mercury traversing the sun, how do you? Where's there the proof that there is gravity that is causing this?
Well,
you said you're trying to. Hold up. You said you can observe gravity. What you're observing is an effect, and you're ascribing it to gravity.
There we go.
Okay. All you're doing is taking an effect, an observed effect, and assuming the cause. Prove the cause.
Okay. We have large object, and we have object that is much smaller. Object that is much smaller, we have observed going across object that is much larger, over and over again in a predictable manner for hundreds of years.
Okay.
So I'm saying that what we are observing there is something is causing that object to do that over and over and over again. What I'm asking you, I'm saying it's gravity. I'm saying that the reason it's doing that is that this, like you said, there's density involved here. This much larger, much more massive, more dense object has a smaller, not necessarily less dense, but a smaller mass going around it. So I'm asking you, what is causing it to do that, if not gravity?
Okay, I'm going to break it down for you this way. What if I had to say it's just pixie dust? Would you say that's ridiculous?
I'd ask you to define what pixie dust is.
Dust from
that's,
pixies.
that's
What's a
exactly what
pixie?
you're doing with gravity. That's exactly what you're doing with gravity. What's
No,
gravity?
it's not. I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. Gravity is the effect that one larger mass has upon a smaller mass in a vacuum, wherein the larger mass causes the smaller mass to be attracted.
That's my point. That's my point. In a vacuum. That's why I tried to bring up the experiment earlier. What is the independent variable when you're trying to do your experiment? They always do it in a vacuum or in water. What is the independent variable always manipulated? The medium.
Okay.
So in other words, you're just making a point that it's the density ratio between the object.
But you still haven't answered the question I'm asking, which
is
if it's not gravity, then what it? But
density displacement.
So what is mercury?
Wait, Aidan, what is gravity?
Gravity is the effect wherein one larger object's mass causes a smaller object to be attracted to it. Again, I'm not a physicist.
Where is the proof of that?
The proof is when you observe.
Hold on, wait. When have you ever observed mass attracting mass?
Every time I look up at the moon. Every time I look up at the moon.
No, you're assuming.
No, but do you understand?
Mass.
Do you understand where the frustration comes from people who do not believe the Earth is flat when these conversations happen? Because you guys haven't actually answered a single question. You've just said no. You've just said no. You've said it's not that. It's not this. It's not that. I'm asking you if I can observe Mercury traverse the sun. I say it's gravity. What do you say it is?
Density displacement.
Okay.
Density displacement.
So where is Mercury?
In the waters above, like the Bible says.
So the sun is in the waters, is what you're saying.
The sun's not a gas giant as you claim to claim in a vacuum.
Where's the sun? It must be above
Mercury.
First of all, the Bible says expanse. It does not say firmament. That is the Vulgate. Rakia means expanse. It means expand. No, it doesn't.
I can bring the root word up for you.
You can bring the root word. You can bring the root of rakia up.
Firm.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It comes from the term raka. It is the noun form of the verb raka, and the verb raka means to expand, to stretch, or to hammer out. The reason that they have gone with a firm definition is the mistaken belief that the hammer out definition implies a firm surface. It does not. You're taking the Bible to be a fully literal book, and it isn't.
Well, then what would you say scientifically, Aidan? What would you say the reason that we are allowed to breathe? How do we even have air if there is not a solid firmament around us?
The atmosphere.
Gas doesn't have a shape, first off, unless it takes the shape of the container that it's in. How does the air on the earth not go into quote unquote space?
Gravity.
Demonstrate air having a downward acceleration due to gravity. Go ahead.
No.
Gravity, no.
There are more forces at work. No, you're ignoring. You are ignoring something called confounding variables.
No, what confounding variable?
There are more variables than just gravity and the density of the air.
Go ahead.
I'm not a physicist. Like, you're asking me questions.
Shit.
Neither are you.
Here's the deal, dude. I'm not a physicist either, but I obviously know more
Yeah,
about
man, I'm a doctor, not a
You don't,
physicist.
because you're asking. You don't, because you're asking
figure it out.
questions. You are asking questions that ignore other demonstrated realities.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it onto where we were. Firmament, Rakia.
Okay.
Click on it. Firmament.
Blue letter Bible. Cool.
87549.
Okay.
Rakia. There we go.
Okay. And?
Extended service, solid, expands, firmament, expands, flat as base support. Solid. There it is, solid.
Okay.
That's what it is.
No,
solid.
Because this is not an etymological website.
Okay, bring it along website up.
Rakia does not mean the word raka. What does the word raka mean?
Solid.
No.
Heat out, expand.
It means expanse. It means expanse. All right, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you a different question. Let me ask you a different question.
There you go.
In what's a good example here? In the parable of the prodigal son,
Yeah.
When Jesus talks about the son who returned, the son who went off, and the son who stayed put, is that a story that actually happened?
It's a parable.
So what's that mean?
It has meaning behind the storyline.
It means it's an allegory. It's not a real story. It's not a real thing that happened. It is
It's
one
a
thing
parable.
that is being said to represent another thing. So we've established
Yes,
that in the
parable.
Bible there are often points where where symbolic language is used to represent something else. So I just want to be clear on that, because you guys keep saying the Bible says this, the Bible says this.
So would you
Okay.
agree that it
Wait,
means
wait,
firmament? Would you
Wait.
agree that it means firmament?
Wait,
I'd
wait.
agree that firmament is a
Okay,
English
what is the first-
translation
what
of
is the root?
firmamentum, which is a Latin translation of stereoma, which is a Greek
Firm.
translation of
Firm.
rakia.
Firm.
Yeah.
Yes,
firmament,
in-
The word
firm.
firm is the very
Raka.
root of the word firm, which
Yep.
means solid. Firm. Now
It does.
demonstrate gas pressure without a container.
Okay, we'll get to that now. I want to ask you.
But okay, but wait,
Uh,
I just need to be clear here. You are using the Latin, not the Hebrew. When you say firm, that comes from the Latin.
Okay.
That I-
which
which
we saw in
comes
that
from the root from
definition.
rakia, to be firm.
So
Expands,
there's a whole
firm
bunch.
expands.
What you're ignoring is there's a whole bunch of other times in the Bible where the term rakia is used that do not talk about solid things. They're
Okay.
talking about
You have any
expansive.
air-
Okay, can I get to my
Can you
point
have a
now?
gas without a solid container?
Okay, sorry.
You
Dave,
clearly
I just get to my
can
point?
because we have many of them.
Okay.
Because at
You were
scale,
making-
when you have gravity, you can have gas without a solid container. You guys keep just saying gravity doesn't exist, and yet you've offered no
It doesn't.
alternative. You keep saying
You don't
density.
have to have
Okay,
one.
Relative
what?
density,
Yes, you do have to have an
disequilibrium.
alternative.
Where's the
That's the way
alternative?
debate works. If you're going to say no, it's not that, you need to come to me and say it's this.
Relative
Relative
density.
density, disequilibrium. Just like we
Okay.
said it many times.
All right. So relative
But that's
density
not
and
the point, though.
equilibrium,
You
right?
made a
So at a
claim-
certain point,
Wait.
at a certain
Aidan, you
point,
made
the
a claim.
atmosphere will reach equilibrium with the vacuum outside
It
of it.
can't.
Yes, it can,
You
and it
made a-
does. Oh
You
my
first,
God.
we'll get to the gas pressure now. You've made a claim now that everything in the Bible is allegorical, correct?
No. If you go back and watch the video you are presently recording, you will see that I said we have demonstrated the Bible is at many times allegorical. My point in
Right,
saying
so
that was to establish that the Bible is not always a book to be taken literally.
I 100% agree. Okay, so when it comes to Genesis, a creation narrative,
Mhm.
what's allegorical about that?
That's a huge topic of debate amongst biblical scholars. There are a lot of different camps. Right now, there's the documentary hypothesis. There is the traditional authorship hypothesis. There is the belief that this is, in fact, not supposed to have ever been a literal description of how the earth was formed, but rather a cosmological one, saying that philosophically,
Whoa,
metaphysically,
that's a big claim. That's a
metaphysically,
big claim.
well, no, this is a claim that has been
That's a
argued by.
big claim.
It is a big claim.
Moses spoke to, do you believe Moses spoke to God face to face?
Yes.
So when God told him how the cosmology was made, did God lie or did Moses lie?
God didn't lie. You're assuming that it's supposed to be taken literally.
No, that's the truth. God spoke
Okay,
him
so all the
face.
biblical scholars, all the people who spend their lives studying the book, they're all
Appeal
totally
to
off the
authority.
rocker. They have no idea. No, that's not appeal. No, appeal to authority would be me saying I have a religious studies degree, therefore what I say goes.
No,
You're not
no,
even
no,
getting you're not
appealing
even
to
getting
someone else's
you are not
authority.
even getting your fallacies right. There are
You're-
three of you
you're
and one of me,
appealing
and
to
every
someone
time I make a
else's-
point, one of you
You're
tries to
appealing-
talk over
You're
me.
appealing to someone else's authority.
That's called
Yeah.
citation.
Okay, well, it's not working here because you.
It's
haven't
not
named
working because you
one.
guys aren't
Okay.
actually educated
Okay.
people. You're a bunch of
Okay,
people with a
okay.
bunch of
Wow.
opinions,
Okay,
and you're
can I
not
get to-
scientists, you're not
I've already
historians, you're
run
not
into
theologians, and you're sitting here saying, "Oh, well, you're just wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. I know more than you."
Please just
Meanwhile,
go
you
back to themselves.
refuse to answer questions.
Never seen Aidan. Okay. Guys, relax. Aidan.
I'm
asked you
trying
very
to speak. You
specific
guys talk
question.
over me every
Yeah,
time I start
no.
talking. That's
I'm
the
trying to
problem.
ask you a very simple question.
The fact that
In
you
the
were the one
Bible-
insulting
okay.
her,
Nobody
Okay.
insulted anyone. You guys called me
Guys,
retarded on a
guys.
stream the other night.
and you didn't.
Well, we had reason to.
No, I
We
didn't.
told
I
you we
didn't
did
say a
3
damn
streams on
thing
you.
like that until after that
wow.
part.
Wow.
Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here now. Aidan, I do like you, man. I really think we can get along at least. I know we have different views, but I'm trying to get it through to you why your fallacious reasoning. Okay. You agree? God specifically face-to-face spoke with Moses. This was a literal thing.
Mhm.
It wasn't allegorical.
Mhm.
God literally told Moses how the earth was created.
Mhm.
Okay, that wasn't allegorical. So
You're
you either have to
you're
say Moses lied, or he was really idiotic, he didn't hear what God said, or God is just very illiterate or a liar. You can't
or
have one or the other.
or the important part of it
Mhm.
was imparting what is above what in the order of creation. What God considers to be the foundation of what. So, this is not the argument that it's not meant to be taken literally is not that God lied or that Moses lied or that one of them wrote something down wrong. The argument is that God was never intending to give Moses a physical description of the function of how the earth came to be. That
Then why did he
instead,
give it to him?
Okay, wait.
this is what I mean.
No,
You
no,
keep
no, no.
interrupting
Then why
me.
did he give it
So
to him?
if
Why did
it's
he give it
not,
to him?
if it's only allegorical when he's talking about the firmament, okay, if that's all allegorical, then right, then that means that we are in an open system.
It means that we are surrounded by the waters
Is
above
Earth
and the waters
open or
below.
closed? Is it an open or closed system?
It's both. It's got an
It
atmosphere.
can't be both.
It can be
You can't
both.
have it both. You cannot have both.
Wow.
You can get
Okay.
out of the atmosphere, therefore it's open, but there is resistance to going in and out of the atmosphere. It is
Okay, now-
not open or closed.
What's resistance from?
When you're on the planet, matter, material. You
Wait,
are trying
wait,
to.
wait.
You are
Going-
pressing.
going
You are
up,
pressing
going
yourself
up.
against gravity, and you are pressing yourself
Well, there's
against
that gravity
matter.
again. Aiden, there's that gravity again. You still have not established gravity.
Yes, we have. You guys just keep
No,
saying
you have
gravity
not.
doesn't exist.
No, you have an observed effect that you call gravity. You've not been able to demonstrate that this gravity has any effect on gas particles whatsoever.
Gravity
You
has
have no-
effect on all particles. That's the thing.
Okay.
Demonstrate
Okay.
it having an effect on gas. Show
Yeah,
me gravity stopping equalization of a pressurized gas. Show me a volume of gas without containment.
You are
Go
asking.
ahead.
You
Yeah,
are
first of
asking
all,
for
well,
experiments
that's-
that cannot be performed due to
Because
the scale.
it's not possible.
No, it's due to the
It's an
scale.
impossibility.
All
It's a
right.
physical impossibility.
All right, well, here, how about
Okay.
this? The actual proof of gravity and the validity of the equation above, that being F equals G m1 by m2 over r squared, came about with the Cavendish experiment in 1797 when Henry Cavendish set up two large and small lead balls and observed the gravitational pull between them with a telescope.
Okay, it doesn't help reading things of Cavendish. First
Wait.
of all,
wait.
what's the
So
independent
hang
ver-
on.
wait,
You guys
wait,
said,
what's the
show me a
independent
proof. I went and I got you a proof. You said, show
that's
me a
not
proof. I
That's
got
not
you a
reason-
That
proof.
wasn't proof.
I want to
That
show
was-
you. I want to show you why it's not a proof. What's the independent variable for Cavendish, please?
Okay. You're really hung
And
up
while
on
he's doing that,
terminology
can you
here,
get the
and I
citation
understand
up I
why.
sent you?
All right, you know what?
Salt-
This is clearly not going to go anywhere. So how about we go to a point of conversation where there's an actual experiment that can be performed?
You just gave one up, Cavendish. So we're
No.
trying to show how it's not.
Because here's the problem. No matter what I say about this, you guys are going to find some way of disregarding it.
We got citation why it doesn't do what you say you want it to do.
I am
And
sure.
I've
I am
got on
sure there is
screen-
I'm sure some dude who read a meme has a reason this
No.
doesn't exist.
No,
all
there's
right,
no
I'm
meme.
sure. But what I want to
From
do
a
is I want to take this.
university.
I want to take this
Aiden,
to
from a
something.
university.
No. What?
It's from a university.
Okay,
from
sure.
a physics
University.
university.
All right, fine.
Okay. And while he's doing that, while he's getting that up quickly, you see on my screen, I just drew the Earth, for instance, okay? And it's in space. Is Earth an open or closed system?
All right, here. How about this? How about you define those terms for me?
Okay, we were talking on the line of thermodynamic systems. Do you know the difference between thermodynamic systems? Do you know the three thermodynamic systems? Let's put it that way. What are
Not off the
three
top of my head. I am a historian.
Okay. Closed system, open system, and isolated systems, okay?
Okay, sure.
Earth can only be one of them. Which one would you say they are?
Why can Earth only be one of them? What are they?
Closed or open?
No.
The
What?
universe is
No,
No.
universe is
What
He
Whoa,
wants
whoa,
are?
Okay. Okay. Open system,
Mhm.
matter and energy can leave and go between the boundaries between the systems.
Okay.
Closed, no matter could leave between the boundaries, but energy can.
Okay.
And isolated, no energy and no matter can
Then
leave
it's
between
then
the
it's an
boundaries.
open system.
open. Great, because you say we have astronauts leaving and all
Yes.
this nonsense.
Matter and energy
Okay,
both
great.
leave.
So, according to the law of the second law of thermodynamics, entropy will increase.
Also, if your
And
audience,
all the
if your
gas
audience
we
wants me to,
breathe,
just
all-
really quick, because, you know, if your audience wants you guys to be taken seriously, this isn't about me. If your audience wants you guys to be taken seriously, they should stop calling grown men petulant children in your comments. All right. First of all, I just need you need to check
Okay.
your fucking audience, because
First of all, have you seen your comment section? I'm just not worrying about it because I'm actually a grown ass man.
I am actually
anyway.
a grown ass man, and I'm more successful than any of the three of you.
Woo,
So let's if you want to
if
sit here and you want to throw
man.
insults
You don't
back
know
and forth.
anything about you. The one insulting. You don't even know.
You want to throw things back and
all,
forth? No.
first
Because
of all,
here's the
Aidan,
thing.
Aidan,
I
first of all,
very
I'm
rarely,
holding up to your dad.
rarely allow myself to get to this point where I'm just gonna talk shit to people. But since you guys called me retarded on one stream, and now you
You called us
refuse,
retarded.
I did not call you retarded.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't.
I can bring a timestamp showing you lying.
All right, was it before or after you called me that? Go ahead, take a look.
After 3 streams, we called you retarded because we had a reason to call you retarded.
No, it was the
You
very
started your
first one.
You started your stream off ad homing us.
Yes,
making
because I
fun of
watched the
Floyd.
parts of yours where you had hominem to me. Dude, you're not gonna win here, all right?
Ah.
You're not gonna win that part. What I'm
So the
trying
guy
to
you
do right
ran-
now, what I'm trying to do right
now.
now is I'm trying to drive us to a topic where an actual conversation can be had, because you
an
guys
actual
keep
conversation.
insisting on denying the existence of gravity, which again
Okay.
is an observable reality. So,
Okay,
if
I'm
you're
gonna
not
break
going
it
to tell me where the sun is, and you're not going to tell me what Mercury is, and you're not going to tell me how it is that we see phases of the moon, which I didn't even get a chance to ask. But if
Okay.
you're not going to tell me any of that, at least tell me why it is that every single time you stick a telescope or a camera out to sea or across a flat surface, level surface, I should say, you are going to see exactly what you should see.
Okay, I'll answer all that now. Can you just quickly show him there where it says Cavendish is not used for gravity as a mass for tracking mass, please? You had it there. There we go. Cavendish did not determine the mean density of Earth. Cavendish did
Okay.
not determine the gravitational constant. Cavendish did not calculate the mass of the Earth.
All right?
Do you know what those 3 implications mean for Cavendish and gravity?
I'm not sure that they're even relevant given the nature of the experiment.
This is about the Cavendish
All right,
experiment.
what's
is
this
from the
from?
university.
What's this from?
Can you send him the link? Dave, you're muted, by the way. You're muted, man. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Said I just put it
There we
right
go,
there.
there's
in front.
Okay, anyway, but back to what you were saying. You want us to explain to you things that you find it necessary for us to replace your globe model, which falls flat. That's the problem. We don't need to replace things that weren't proven in the first instance. We stand here, we don't observe movement of the Earth. We don't observe gravity. We don't observe space-time, yet you want to claim those things. And if we say we don't observe it, you want to tell us.
Well,
we
no,
should
because you just said
tell
you
us
don't
why
observe.
it's observed.
You just said you don't observe the movement of the Earth, but you do every single
We
day when you
don't.
look up at the sky and it changes positions.
No, we see the sun move.
No.
We see the stars.
no.
Move. We see the moon move, but we never see the Earth. Show me where the Earth is moving, please.
What do you mean show you where the Earth is moving?
You say we observe Earth moving every day. Show me where Earth is moving. Where have we
When
observed
you
Earth
look up
moving?
at the sky and the stars are in different places, that's the Earth
Because the
moving.
stars move.
Holy
The
crap!
stars
The
move.
Holy
stars
crap,
and the
stars-
Earth are both moving.
I just
No,
saw
no,
a
no,
car
no,
go
no,
by.
no.
My house is moving.
No.
Okay.
no,
Have you
no,
ever
no,
sat on a
Earth
train?
moving.
Have any of you ever sat on a train?
A moving
Yeah.
train, yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
And when you're on the train, are you moving?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you moving independently of the train's movement? You
We're
are.
moving with the train, but we are able
Yes.
to observe.
But you can get up, you
we're
can
able
stand
to
up, you
observe
can
things.
you can stand up
We're
and
able
you
to
can walk.
observe things stationary. Yeah,
You
we're
still know
we're
you're moving.
So
able
you're
to observe things stationary.
okay. First of all, let me finish the analogy. Jesus Christ.
We know it's.
Dude,
No,
you've
you
heard
don't know
this
the analogy, because
a
if you did know the
million
We're
times.
analogy-
pushing the equivalence principle.
I
We
thought,
know
I thought,
everything.
I thought you were a Christian.
Okay,
I thought you were
so,
Christian.
so
You
no,
were saying blasphemous.
all right, enough of that. Enough of that.
Okay, stop that.
Just with the
And they're saying,
Irony
We
that the
can
no
break
true
this down
Scotsman
quickly.
fallacy is coming from a Scotsman.
Taking the Lord's name in vain. You said you were a Christian. You're taking the
I
Lord's
am a
name
Christian.
in vain.
I'm the one wearing the cross right now,
When you're
aren't I?
sitting
I'm the
there
one with
going,
6 different
"Jesus
Bibles on my
Christ."
shelf. I'm the one, like,
Wow.
what does that even
But
mean?
you sit-
Don't
but you
question
sit
my
there
faith.
taking the
Don't
Lord's name in
question my
vain.
faith.
The Lord's
Do
name
not
in vain.
question my
Yeah.
faith.
I
Do
just
not
did. I
question
just
my
did.
faith.
Okay,
You took the
okay,
Lord's
Do
name
guys,
in
not.
vain.
okay,
You took the Lord's name
relax,
in vain.
relax, guys,
You took the
relax.
Lord's name in
You're
vain.
on a train. You're on a train. If you sit still, you are moving with the train. If you stand up and walk to the bathroom, you can move on the train. That is what
Yes,
you're
we
that
understand
that is the same exact thing that's going on with the Earth's movement.
You know you're
Prove
moving,
it.
though.
Wait,
You
wait,
ever
wait,
heard of
wait.
Yes,
motion
because of
sickness?
scale. Because of scale.
Wait, wait, wait. Wait, this is your chance to prove your claim that we are moving with the Earth. Go ahead.
Because we have observed that the Earth moves.
Where?
We're on it. Oh my God.
You observed the sky moving, you just said. You
Mhm.
didn't say you observed the earth moving.
This
When
is
we
the
said,
problem.
"Well,
This
how?"
is
You
exact.
said,
I knew
saw the sky
exactly
move."
what you were gonna do, and I let myself fall into the trap. We
No,
need
no,
to
no.
start
What
with
did
the shape of the
Einstein
Earth.
say?
We need to start with
What
the
did
shape of the Earth. We need to start with the shape of the Earth. Okay? That's
Okay.
why I'm trying to drive this conversation
Okay.
in a remotely productive direction by saying, let's talk about how you can prove that the Earth has curvature
Easy.
to it.
Okay,
Easy.
go ahead.
Okay, you want to do curvature? Perfect.
Yes, I would love to do
Show us how
curvature.
show us how the Earth does curvature, please. Show us
What do you
where's
mean,
curvature.
show us?
You say the Earth has curvature, so
Yes, the Earth
it's
has
on you to
curvature,
show us the
approximately
Earth's
1
curvature.
degree
Where
every
is it?
69.4 miles.
By the way, Gemini, I don't drink. I'm not a drunk Scot.
Okay.
I haven't drunk for years. Thank you very much.
Right.
Bye.
Okay.
So,
Cool. So the curvature. Where's the curvature?
okay, let's use the example of let's say you know what, let's use an example that flat earthers have used. If you go to La Spezia, Italy, you set up a camera,
Mhm.
you can take pictures of islands that are 90 to 100 miles away from you
Mhm.
at the correct elevation. When you take those pictures, the bottom several hundred to several thousand feet of those islands will be obscured behind the horizon, but you will be able to see the tops. That only
Yeah.
works if the Earth is curved. And the thing is,
Why?
if you look at the actual
Why?
curvature model, 1 degree per 69.4 miles, if you use the mathematics, you will find that every single time you take those pictures, they will match the expected value.
No, they won't.
Okay,
Yes,
great,
they
great,
will.
great. So,
They
No,
will.
they
Okay,
won't.
no,
It'll be
no, no.
different
We have-
every time.
We have
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
tons of examples of this.
okay,
In fact,
great.
go to
So
Eric Dubé's 200 proofs that the Earth is not a
Oh,
spinning
please
ball.
don't.
Go
That
to that.
guy, please don't. You can stop and you know it. One thing I agree with you on Eric Dubé. Please don't push him on us. We speak out about him too. I don't agree with
Okay.
Eric Dubé.
Well, good on you for
But when
doing
it
that.
comes out of what you just said, have you ever heard of the word refraction before?
Also, Old World Vegas, I see you in chat. Mind Unveiled wasn't through with me. Mind Unveiled cut out about 90% of my video and then portrayed things I said as jokes as serious, and even went to the lengths of taking out the audio and showing only the text of what I said. So calm down there. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So, have you heard of the word refraction before?
Yes.
Great. And do we always have refraction?
It depends on the amount of... It depends on the atmosphere.
So
Like
there's
if there's-
always refraction. There's not a day where there's no.
There's always a degree of refraction. And I don't
Great.
mean 1
So you
degree,
would
I mean
agree-
there's an amount of refraction.
Yes. So you would agree. Every day we look through far distances, there's always some apparent.
There's always
refraction.
some degree of refraction, yes.
Cool. So it's optical then, not physical.
Not to the
You've
extent
never
you
seen
guys.
physical
No.
curve.
We're talking about thousands of feet. We're not talking
Yeah,
about. You can't explain these things with refraction.
Oh yes, we can.
No, you
It's
can't.
called field of view. He's got it on screen for you right there. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
You understand how a field of view works and
I
how
do.
perspective works?
Mhm.
Okay. So what happens up to the horizon, your field of view, you have a full field of view to the horizon. Once the horizon, which stays relative to eye level at the same proportion relative to eye level,
Mhm.
regardless of altitude, at the horizon line, your field of view is now cut in half. Because anything that's beyond that horizon is going to appear to get smaller from the bottom up.
Why?
Because your field of view is compromised by the horizon. Now, hold on,
Because-
wait, because it is how your perspective view works.
No,
Now,
that's not
let me
perspective.
finish,
If it
let
were
me
perspective,
finish, let me
okay,
finish.
sure.
You watch an object and it starts appearing to disappear from the bottom up. But if I increase my elevation, which will increase my field of view, the horizon will also appear to rise relative to my eye level, and I will see the distant object fully in view. And if I go up high enough, I'll see more horizon beyond that. It's only because your horizon is compromising your field of view, which is graphic that I have here. This is right from an optical website talking about field of view and how your recognition of various objects go. Okay, so you got about 50 degrees when you're looking straight on. Okay, about 50 degrees upward, and the horizon is going to be just slightly below your eye level. And then what is that? 70 degrees in a downward view. Now, once you get to this level right here, on this 0 right here, all of this is gone. You only have that up to the horizon because the horizon is going to appear to rise up to that level. Then what happens is everything that goes beyond that is going to meld into the horizon from the bottom up because your field of view is compromised.
No, that's the problem. Is with perspective, everything would get infinitely smaller. It would never go below the horizon. That's how perspective works.
We have demonstrations that show this on flat surfaces.
You also have demonstrations done by flat earthers that show that if you set up a light or a laser and put it directly level across a plane, what you're going to find is that it does not hit something at the exact same elevation on the other side. Globebusters did it. They got it wrong. It was super embarrassing, and it's on Netflix.
Wait. Are you talking about the Jaren thing with the cardboard?
I'm talking about the one with the gyro, but then the follow-up experiment they did where they just took a couple of boards, cut holes in them, placed them at the same elevation, and then shined something through, and they didn't get the light.
Can I tell you first the issues with that?
Sure.
Even Jaren said they misrepresented him because when they did it again, it did work.
Okay, but it was live on camera?
Wait. The mockumentary went and showed specifically while they were trying to set it up. Secondly, you can agree that he cut those holes like the dog's breakfast, first of all. Second of all, that he didn't use a laser light, he used a torch, and the torch light diverges. It's not concentrated light.
Okay, you could do the same thing with a laser.
With distance, it's more difficult to get pinpoint accuracy. Have you ever tried far distance to take, for instance, let's take a laser and shine it on a small target far away or something? Have you ever tried that?
Yeah.
Is it easy or is it hard than, let's say, something close by?
Well, it's a little harder to aim, but once you've aimed it, it's pretty steady.
Great.
No,
now let's say he's got this.
If you aimed it using a tripod, it's going to be pretty steady.
Great. Now another issue the guy had. He held a torch in his hand, correct? So he wasn't holding it perfectly level. And what happens when you're not holding something perfectly level and it hits a part here in this board and there's another board behind it and hits another part? It's going to obscure it, correct?
Except if it doesn't hit the board because you've aimed it right, it won't do that.
Well, board's right in front of him. A lot of boards a long distance. In other words, it was a dog's breakfast experiment.
Okay. Well, hang on. So I gotta ask the question. You're saying that because the light was obstructed by two boards at the same elevation with a hole cut through them at the same elevation, that proves the Earth is flat.
It shows that the guy didn't do a proper experiment, and when he did do it again, they didn't show it on the mockumentary. They literally misrepresented. You can even go ask Jaren himself.
I'm sure.
He even says it. Okay, but anyway, the point is we can demonstrate bottom-up obstruction on flat surfaces. I've done it many times, even on my channel. Many people have done it before.
So on our channel, in the video you guys don't appear to have decided to react to, probably because it's full of math. In that video.
You know what?
It's interesting to me that you guys only went.
I'm about sick of your little talking down shit, buddy.
I'm sick of it. You guys have been talking down at me for an hour and a half.
No. Right now, you said you could take us on.
Wow.
Yeah, I am. I'm currently taking you guys on. I'm doing a very good job of it. You guys have yet to provide a single actual piece of evidence for your claim. I keep trying. I keep asking.
Okay. Aidan, first of all, everything you've presented tonight, my bumhole knows better than what you know.
Okay, that's
When
not
it
an
comes to
argument.
Flat Earth, I'm sorry.
What's
when it
Mercury?
comes to Flat Earth, when
You've
it
had
comes
an
to Flat
hour.
Earth,
You've had an hour to come up
when
with an
it
answer to that
comes-
question.
when it
What
comes
is
to Flat
Mercury?
Earth, when it comes to Flat Earth, you know absolutely sweet bugger all. I'm
No,
trying
no,
to
no, no,
try
no.
and
I know
explain to
plenty
you.
about the flat Earth because I went and I researched it. You guys know your
researched
little.
it.
You
You
guys
went to
know
Flat
your
Earth
little
Society,
tiny
you
microcosm.
numbnut.
You know your little
went
tiny
to Flat Earth
microcosm.
Society.
Okay, guys, guys,
I
just
looked at the
relax.
Flat Earth Society. I looked at Aaron
Retard.
Dubé. I looked at Mark Sargent. I looked at David Weiss. I looked at Globebusters.
David Weiss,
I looked at a whole bunch of different ones. And you're doing precisely
Okay.
what I said you would do. I said
No.
no matter who I chose, you would sit there and go, oh, well, that guy's an idiot. You need to be looking at this guy. You're doing
Excuse
precisely what I
me,
said you'd
Excuse
do.
me, Aidan. The one who's calling people idiots here are you.
You called me a
I'm
retard
specific-
before I called you an idiot.
Not on the stream.
Not on this
Okay.
stream, but so now we're just going with this little stream, right? We're not supposed to take into account
I'm
anything else you've
trying
ever
to
said.
be very
Which, oh
cordial
look,
to you,
flat
but you
earthers not
make-
wanting to take into account the other things that they've
You've got
said.
to have a little bit of a
Shocker.
thicker skin.
Okay.
Most of
I
that is
have
just
plenty
messing
thick
about.
skin.
Everybody calls
Okay,
everybody
shut up. Your
retard.
country jails people for hate speech. Shut up.
Okay, guys.
Thick
can
My
skin,
I,
my
country.
ass.
I'm
My
gonna take-
country,
skin, my
Scotland.
ass.
Scotland does.
guys, I'm gonna
Scotland.
take-
Count Dankula, look him up.
Scotland jails people.
Hey,
for
I'll
Count
let
Dankula,
Flatzoidz
look him
talk.
up. Your own
PJ, he's
people.
doing this on
Flatzoidz
purpose.
talk.
PJ is doing this on purpose. He's trying to
I'm not
derail
doing
the
this on
argument.
purpose. PJ's been egging
You
me
are.
on the entire stream.
You attacking him because he's a
Well,
Scottishman.
oh my goodness, I've sat here quiet.
Mhm.
Pussy little bitch. You call everyone names and then.
Oh, should I go get my girlfriend and have her lob insults from across the room too?
Okay. Okay,
Why
guys.
not? I sat here quiet.
You sat here quiet for a while, but at the beginning of the stream, you were
You're
complaining
devolving. You're
constantly.
You're
You guys made fun.
relaxed, guys.
You guys made
I
fun of
was
me in
here
one of
to
your other
moderate.
streams and talked down to me when I wasn't even there.
was here to moderate.
I wasn't even
was
there,
here. I
and
was
you
here
talked
to
down.
moderate.
So
I
how
was
about
here to
this?
moderate.
How about we
I
start to
sat
be
here
adults
quiet
for a
most of the
second?
night.
We be adults for a second, and we talk about the actual thing at hand instead of constantly
Yeah.
trying to
You
throw
can't.
insults
I
at me
agree.
and then getting
Yeah,
mad
yeah.
when I respond with
Yeah.
more.
doing?
Yeah, like you probably wouldn't watch
I
that
agree.
because you're a flurf and it has math. Yeah, like shit like that. You
Yeah. Oh
asshole.
wait. Oh yeah.
Knock it
Because
off.
I finally launched
Knock
something
it
at you
off.
guys, and now
Okay.
you're
Okay.
bitching.
Okay.
Finally.
Knock it
Aiden,
off, you
Aiden,
prick.
if you want to go
Quiet
to
all
math,
night.
if you want to go to math, fine.
I was
Show
here
me
to
F,
moderate.
show me F equals MA in gravity, please.
No, I said curvature. I said we need to talk about curvature because you can
You
prove
want
the
math.
curvature.
You
I
want
want
math.
to talk
Show
about
me-
the
okay.
observable reality
Great.
of curvature.
Great.
That's what I
Curvature.
want to talk about.
You know curvature.
Yes.
You made a claim on your one video that you should see forever on a flat Earth, correct?
No, don't believe I made any claim that you should see forever on a flat Earth.
Didn't you say you should always see the sun above the horizon? Or what did you claim? You said
What are you
you should
talking
always see something above.
about? Are you talking
on
about
a
when I
flat
said
Earth.
that from the southern hemisphere the sun should appear on the right if
Ah,
you're
there
heading
we
west?
go. Yeah.
While in the northern hemisphere the sun should appear to the left if you're heading west?
You said, why don't I see Polaris? I think at a stage as well.
Yeah, why don't you see Polaris from Australia?
Perspective.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Can
no.
I explain
There's
how?
just.
Can I explain
do
how?
you have any
Wait.
Do you have any idea how far away Polaris is?
Can I explain it to you? Why? First of all, you taking trigonometry, orthographic view for this.
Yeah.
You said you worked out
Yes, I
orthographic
used a
triangulation.
very simple scale model to figure out the number
Great.
of degrees of curvature.
Show me in orthographic view, because it's not perspective based, where convergence is, please.
What?
Show me in orthographic view where convergence is, because you claiming orthographic
Convergence of
view is
what?
perspective based. Convergence.
Of what?
Do you know what convergence
Yes, it's when two things
Perspective
converge.
has? Perspective
we're-
has convergence.
Okay, cool.
You claiming orthographic view is perspective. So show in orthographic view where convergence is.
How far
Go
away
ahead.
is Polaris?
Very far from me.
How far? Because you can do the math to figure out if Polaris on your Earth model, if Polaris should be visible or not. You can do the math.
I showed you a model that says why it shouldn't be visible.
No.
And you said,
no,
oh, it's just a
you
joke.
showed him. No, you showed a model
Do,
with a.
Aiden, do you know where the latitudes came from?
Don't even get there. He's not going to know that.
Where are you going with this? I'm curious.
I'm going with this to answer your fucking question as to why Flatzoid doesn't see Polaris. Do you understand where the latitudes come from?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, what? I don't understand.
Okay, where do they come from?
It's the distance from the equator. They're based on the equator. What?
Where did those lines come from? Where did they get those lines?
I don't know. I haven't looked up exactly where they got latitude.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
tell you
I
how.
got on screen for you, Aidan.
I will
I
tell
got on
you
screen
how.
for you.
They came to it by their angle of view of Polaris.
Okay.
I got
Okay,
on
why
screen
would
for
there
Aidan.
be an angle of view to Polaris?
Because
Probably
Polaris
because
is
if you
relatively
move-
north.
All right,
Okay.
so if you move south, what happens? Your degree that you're seeing it at gets lower, doesn't it? The degree increases. And so when we get to the equator, what happens there? What happens at the equator there? We don't see Polaris past that point anymore, do we?
Because
Why?
that's where the
Because
Earth starts to curve.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
it's because
Aidan.
it's not that high.
You like math so much. I'm going to show you why.
I hate
okay?
math. I can't stand
Okay.
math.
Well,
Okay,
then
but
why
don't
the
worry, this
fuck
is
would
very
you even
simple.
tell us
Because
about
it's very
math?
simple math that proves you wrong.
Oh,
No, it
really?
isn't.
This is very simple math that shows you wrong.
Okay.
Okay, you see this 90 degrees, that would be Polaris. We'll
Sure.
say that's you, Aidan,
Uh-huh.
standing directly under Polaris, okay?
Sure.
You walk 600 nautical miles away.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they get 600 nautical miles away? Because 90 degrees
Uh-huh.
minus the observed angular measurement of the star or Polaris
Okay.
would now sit at 80 degrees from you. That would be your latitude, okay? So that means you have 10 because you minus it.
Wait, does your
times the
audience think
60.
I'm a progressive?
I have no idea.
I don't
Anyway,
know, who cares? Who
I
cares?
just think that's funny. Why do
What's
flat earthers
happening?
always assume everybody who disagrees with them is a progressive?
What-
Why don't you
wait,
instead of
wait.
reading the chat,
Who
hold on,
said it?
Aiden,
Nobody said it.
Aiden, instead of reading the chat, why don't you go ahead and pay attention?
I
to
am
what's
paying
being
attention.
shown
I'm
you?
multitasking.
Okay,
I
good.
can pay
Okay.
attention to two things at once.
okay. So on screen now you see
Sure.
if I'm standing at the equator,
All right.
Polaris will be 0 on the ground, 0 degrees. I wouldn't be able to see it because it'll
Mhm.
literally be on the ground. If I move closer, okay, 10 degrees latitude,
Mhm.
I will see it at 10 degrees
Yes.
and so forth. So every latitude you sit is the degree measurement you see Polaris, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So would you agree with that?
Sure.
Do you think it's physically dropping or is it only doing this because of your field of vision?
I think it's probably doing that because of your field of vision.
Yeah, exactly. You see how it's moving with your field of vision
Yep.
as you move further away, and that's
Mhm.
why it drops. So that's
Okay.
how you get the latitudes, and that's why you don't see Polaris from
So
South
that's
Africa.
why you think you don't see Polaris.
No, that's
No.
how
That
that's
is
why
vision
you-
works.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Aiden,
I'm-
have you ever
can-
looked down? Hold on. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked down a straight street?
Yep.
Pull up that graphic I got on there, Flatzoid. Okay, now do you think those telephone poles right there along those railroad tracks, do you think they're actually physically getting lower to the ground, or is it due to perspective?
It's due to perspective.
It's due to perspective. Now, is that perspective due to some kind of curvature, or is it because the angular resolution of the object?
It's the angular resolution of the object. How far away is the
There you
vanishing
go.
point?
So not
how
curvature.
How far away is the vanishing point?
Well,
Or
As far as your field
probably
of
if you by your own mile, about 2 3/4 to 3 miles
so
away.
you shouldn't see curvature.
0.22.
You don't.
It's
There's
point-
none anyhow.
Yeah, but
because
you
you'll be-
shouldn't see it.
Yeah.
But what I will tell you is that at least as far back as I found a book from 1854, railway engineers have been accounting for curvature. It was John Hanks Field.
No, no.
Yeah,
You know
John
what,
Hanks.
Michael
Then
Clark?
why? Let me ask the question: why is it that railway engineers had
They
accounting
don't.
for curvature? Yes, they did. It's in
They don't.
John Hanks Field Book for Railroad Engineers, published in the year 1854, right there on page 84. How to account for the Earth's curvature. Why is
Michael
it there?
Kahn. Michael Kahn, who's usually my panel, he's not here tonight. He worked for the railway for over 20 years, mate.
Cool. So
No curvature taken into
what
account.
did he do for
I
the railway?
also-
What did he do for
I
the
have to-
railway? What did he do for the
Right,
railway?
do you know the
Aiden,
railway?
what did he do for
you
the
know the
railway?
railway would not work if they had more than a 2-degree slope or incline.
Again, curvature, incline, not the same thing. Elevation and curve aren't the same.
There is no curve.
Aiden,
There is
Aiden,
curve,
I
which
have
is
to-
why it's in railway books from the
No, it's
1800s.
Aiden,
No.
when
It
these
is.
rails,
I just gave you the name of the book.
Aiden, when these rails are produced, okay, to be laid,
hmm
They are held within a very tight degree of tolerance of
Which is?
straightness.
Which is?
Okay. So how many straight lines connected together does it take to equal 8 miles per
They're
or
not-
8 inches per mile squared?
They're not perfectly flat.
They're not
Nothing is
8
perfectly
inches per mile squared curved.
Yes, they are.
No, they are
No.
not. No, I will tell you something, my man. I worked in.
Do you know what?
No, I worked.
Okay.
Listen, I worked with steel. I worked with machining. I worked for a company that made the extrusion rollers that create those rails. Okay, I know what's involved with it.
Where's the chat thing? I just sent you the book.
Okay, cool. I'll read through it. But anyway,
Google.
can you see
No,
what's
pull
on
it up.
screen, Aidan?
Pull it up.
Can you see what's on? We'll get now. Do you see what's on screen, Aidan?
Yes.
Okay, this is a floor. These are buttons. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now look what's going to happen when they introduce some cold air into the mixture. This is what you guys claim is taking Earth curve away. In the meantime, refraction causes Earth curvature, not takes it away.
There at this distance, there's okay, no. First of all, you can account for refraction by getting to a higher elevation. So that's first of all, that needs to be involved here. That's the problem Rowbottom had. He never once accounted for refraction in any of his
He didn't know about
experiments.
refraction.
No, he didn't. He didn't account for it, and that's why all of his experiments seem to show that the Earth is flat, even though
I love
Alfred
when you-
Russell Wallace went ahead and did the exact same experiment, almost, in the 1870, and found that the Earth is in fact curved across the same 6-mile stretch. But, in any case, I need to really hammer this down here that I'm looking at page 84 of the 1854 publication, Field Book for Railroad Engineers, by John Hank, in which Article 2 is entitled Correction for the Earth's Curvature and for Refraction.
Refraction on a railway road.
Mm-hmm.
How do you account for
Just go
refraction
to
on
page
a
84.
railway?
Just go to page 84.
How do you account for refraction on a railway?
Just type in
mate?
Earth's curvature in the search in this book. It'll take you right to it. In the search in this book. Search in this book. Search about left side of the screen. Left side of, nope, not up there.
Yeah. Oh, there we
Nope.
go.
Nope, wrong. There you go. Left side of
Where?
the screen. Down.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Do you know what refraction even is?
That's not even remotely relevant to the conversation right now.
Yes, it is. You just say they take refraction into account with railways.
Yep.
How? Do you know what
I
refraction
didn't
is?
say that. I didn't say that. Railway engineer John Hank said that.
So then he might be talking bullshit then.
Oh, wait.
Because
So the
refraction is-
actual railway engineer is talking bullshit, right?
You know why I'm saying that? You know why I'm saying that? Refraction is optical. A railway is physical. It has nothing to do with each other when you're laying out railway
Did you consider that reading the book might be an option?
Consider we're still talking here. But I'm telling you straight, refraction is not physical.
Just
Yeah,
you're
where
not
do you want
even-
it to go?
Just go.
Run the curve. Setting the instrument D, run the curve to the reversing point C to line from D to B. The measure D and C and C and B and then similar triangles. Oh wait, is he doing surveying?
You're not on the right part of the book.
Okay, when
Go to
was it?
80, he said page 84, I think he said too.
Yep.
And I'm just
Isn't
gonna
that
go
what
down
you said,
80.
Aiden?
That'd be much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Page 84.
Well, too far. 100.
No,
No.
96,
He's going back up now.
91, 89, 87. Leveling. Ooh, I love leveling. So he's using a.
there
They're
it
doing
is.
surveying then.
Wait,
Leveling.
down.
So they're doing surveying.
Correction for the Earth's curvature and for refraction.
You know how leveling works in surveying. It's
I-
optical.
Y-
Oh my bloody word.
yes,
It's optical.
What do you mean it's optical? They're observing elevation.
There are no curves measured
Oh my
in
God.
surveying. They only measure slope and incline angles.
On the page in front of you, a railway engineer is saying the exact opposite.
No. What he's saying is they are accounting for curve when doing surveying, but in fact it is slope and incline angles.
Except
There is no curvature in surveying.
Okay, you're just
Literally
wrong. You're
none.
just wrong.
Oh, I'm
It's
just
right there on
wrong.
the
I'm
page in
just-
front of you.
Okay, let's read it. The embarkment. What was before a fall to be becomes now a rise. Do you know what rise and run? Rise over run.
You're
is?
not even
That's what
on
they
the
talk
right
about.
part of the page.
84. Rise
Article
over run.
2, where it says correction
Rise
for the
and what
Earth's
was before the.
where it says correction for the Earth's curvature and refraction, not the part you're on, which is height and slope
Okay.
stakes.
Can you
Because
magnify
that's what it's about,
No,
you idiot.
Okay, see, there it is. All right, dumbass. If you scroll up a couple of pages, you'll see that the chapter you're reading is heights and slope stakes, and that the part about curving, and that the part about the Earth's curvature starts on page 84 under Article 2. How is this so hard for you?
Rise over run. It is slope and incline
Wrong
angles.
fucking chapter.
Wow.
Wrong chapter.
You just said it.
No. Oh my God.
You just
Hey,
said it.
listen, shut up for 3 seconds. For 3 seconds. I told you to look at Article 2 on page 84, correction for the Earth's curvature and refraction.
I'm here.
What you did
No,
was
choose
read
a
what's at
place
the
to go.
top. Shut up. What you did was read what's at the... I can leave.
Okay, look.
Like, I
Okay,
can't leave.
Aidan,
At this point, I've
Aidan,
made my point. If you...
Aidan,
if-
look here.
No,
The
no,
effect
not
of
look here. Not
refraction-
look here. I've been
There
looking
are-
here.
The
I've been
effect
looking
of
here.
refraction, their effect of refraction, therefore, is to make an object appear higher than its true position.
Mhm.
Then, since the correction for Earth's curvature and the correction for refraction,
Mhm.
D&D are the opposite directions, the correction for both will BC equals DC equal DB. Rise over run. In other words, incline and slope angles.
No, that's
off
not
of
rise over run.
optical
That is not rise over
measurements.
run. Rise over
Dude,
run
I
is not
debate
subtraction.
Dude, I literally debate surveyors on the subject.
Wait.
You are
So you
ignorant of the
debate
subject. You have
surveyors
no idea.
who tell you they account for the Earth's curvature, and you sit there saying, no, you don't.
No one accounts for Earth. Do you know the difference between planar surveying
According
and
to you.
geodetic surveying?
According to you.
Do you know the difference? Do you know the difference between
Do you know
planar
the difference
surveying and
between
geodetic
do you
surveying?
know the difference between chapters
I
in
asked
a
you a
book?
question. I asked you a question.
I
Do you just if you don't know, just say you don't know.
It's no. I want to really. I want to make sure we're at something really quick because I had to take 5 minutes of this to get you to read the right fucking part of the page.
I was
Don't
explaining
call
to
me
you from.
an idiot while you can't read what's in
I
front of
will
you.
because you don't even know what you're reading. You think you know what you're reading. You don't. Do you,
You
know
keep
the
saying it's
difference
about
between planar-
surveying for slope, and
It
it's
is.
not.
That we literally read rise over run.
Okay, wait.
It's literally
Rise
saying-
over run. What is the rise over run equation?
It's not an equation.
Okay, all right, yes it is. What is the function for rise,
Rise
over
over
run?
run is not an equation. It's correction based on slope and incline angles.
Wait. So rise over run is not a mathematical function, is what you're saying.
not
Okay,
any
you can take the rise, you put that as your numerator, your denominator is going to be your run.
So
You work that out as a divisionary equation, duh.
Mhm.
And
So it's not an
there it gives
equation
you
then.
your
and
degree
look at the
of
page.
angle.
Look at the page.
Okay.
Do you see
Anyway,
a division sign?
again,
Do you
I
see a
asked you a very
division
simple
sign?
question.
Do you
Aidan,
see a division
Aidan.
sign?
okay,
Do you
Aidan.
see a division sign?
What? Do you know the difference between planar surveying and
No.
geodetic
We're
surveying?
still on this. Do
This
you
is
see a
still this.
So
division
you're
sign?
saying that rise
no,
over
you don't-
run.
It's not rise
So
over
you-
run. It's a
you-
subtraction.
It's rise over run. It's correction based. Because they claim refraction makes things appear higher than it actually is. Do you know what that means?
Do you
That
know
means
the
it's
difference between
optical.
subtraction and division?
Yes, I do. But
Then
we are,
why
I'm
do you
asking
keep
a
saying
simple
this
question.
is rise over run when it's a subtraction
It's-
function?
rise over run?
It's
You're
not.
listen, you're subtracting. You're subtracting the result of the rise over run in order to make the correction.
Where are you getting that?
Surveying.
That's
Anyway,
not
again,
what the book
do you-
says.
Do you know the difference between planar surveying and geodetic surveying? Just say yes, or no
Yes.
so we can move on. Okay, which is the difference? What's the difference?
Geodetic is taking into account the curve of the Earth. It's measuring the curve of the Earth.
So did they do geodetics there or planar surveying?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Oh, no.
Probably geodetic,
I wanna
considering
correct
the
you.
article is
Oh.
entitled "Correction for the Earth's Curvature."
So
can't-
it was
we are,
geodetic.
no.
then.
We're now at the point where you are denying reality as it
So
sits
it's
in front of your
geodetic.
face.
No,
And
no,
I want
so
to
it's
add something,
geodetic.
Aidan. I want to add something. In geodetic, they're not measuring an Earth's curvature. They're calculating an Earth
That's the point.
curvature.
That's the
They
point.
take sections of planar surveying, which uses no curvature. They stitch them together. Then they add curvature. The curvature is
Okay.
not measured.
Okay.
It is calculated.
But you can observe the curvature as,
No,
There is
as we
no-
previously
no.
explained to you.
No, you don't
can observe the
any
curvature. Let me guess.
No, you
any,
don't.
any picture that
What
shows
is the
curvature is just
curvature?
CGI, right?
120,000 feet. 120,000
What?
feet, Aidan. Where's
Yeah.
the curvature? Where's the curve?
120,000 feet. You'd probably
I'm right
see
here.
about-
I'm look at my background.
No, you're saying you're at 120,000 feet. Also,
This is a photograph
okay,
from
what's the field of view?
120,000
How many
feet.
how many miles are within that photograph?
Oh my God, it's probably 1,000.
Probably. Do,
Yeah.
do you know?
Depends on the day. It also
Curvature.
depends
If you said you can see it on the fucking ground, certainly I can see it at
You
120,000
need to
feet.
be able to see a certain distance in order for the curvature to be visible. You can't see it. That tiny little sliver of that frame could only be 150 miles, in which case you'd only have
No.
2 total degrees of curvature across the entire line.
No. Do you want to see the field of view again and work out the fucking calculations?
You're
'Cause
not,
it's
you're
got
not
the-
understanding
It's
what
got
I'm
the
saying.
side to side.
We
It's got
know-
the side to side too.
We-
If you want to
well,
see
what
it.
we're getting,
I
what
want
we're
to
getting
know
from the
how
whole
much. I want to know how
Right.
much of the actual Earth is visible at the background of your photo.
if you had, if
How
we
many
had
miles?
references, if you had references, you could see better.
Yeah, I have references. I did it in my second video.
What
You
reference?
talking about the one he's background now?
No,
You're
I'm
asking him how far it
Yeah,
is.
I'm asking him in his specifically, but I'm telling you, I've done the math.
Oh, really? You
Okay.
specifically said that this background right here, a
Guys-
flat earther can create
Okay.
a graphic that actually shows curvature.
And then I put a line on it.
Go ahead and show him that, Flatzoidz.
And then I put a line. He already
line
saw it. Anyway, Aidan, will you want to present that to us so we can go through it together?
What, the scale model?
Yeah, what you said is proof
Sure.
for curve. Cool.
Oh boy.
Oh,
What
boy.
up?
Oh, and look how much different the sun's the angular size.
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
sun
yeah. I
is.
thought tonight we're going to be talking about God created the earth, and here the moon and the sun are in the fourth day.
Well, that's because you're using an incorrect interpretation of.
No,
the-
I'm not.
You are. You are.
God spoke to
Yes,
Moses
I understand
directly,
that you can
told
read
him
words.
how
I
it's
understand that you can read
created.
words.
You saying it's not how it's created is you going against the
All
Bible.
right, how
not
about
me
you go
going
look
against
at how about you go look at what Mike Heiser has to say, because he's
Mike
he knows
Heiser
more than I do.
Mike Heiser is actually one of the people I bring up that shows the Hebrew cosmology perfect as we bring it up.
Mike Heiser says that you have the Hebrew cosmology correct, not that you're actually correct about it.
Oh, right, wrong person.
Yep.
There we go.
I hit screen share.
There we
All right,
go.
here we go.
Yeah, there you
See, this is so. What do you understand what this is on your screen right now? I made a 1
That's your
pixel to
curve.
1 mile
That's your
scale.
curve.
1 pixel to 1 mile scale.
Great.
So, if you can see this much of the horizon, now I don't have the exact math up in front of me. There is a line on here, a 50-mile wide line. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Zoom in, then you see it exactly. So scale. That's what you're saying.
You have to zoom in
There we
all the
go.
way to here to even remotely
Nice.
see it. There is not a single degree of curvature between right here and
Great.
the midpoint. Not one.
So this is our point. So boats go over curvature at 3 miles, correct?
If you're only at 6 feet, they start to.
Huh. But now you can't see it at moving away
because-
how much?
So this is a scale model, 1 mile to 1 pixel. There's a lot more than 3 miles visible here. This is the
Damn, so
Earth.
how does that
This
work
is the
in
Earth
reality?
from miles and miles and miles away in space. If we go
Okay,
down
can
here,
I ask you another
this
question?
is
Can
this
I
is
ask
if
you
we
another
go to a
question?
1 mile to 1 pixel scale. Give me a second. So 1 mile to 1 pixel scale. Where's the line?
Is
Where's
that is
this in
that
reality?
Canva
Wait,
you're
wait,
using?
wait,
Just out of interest.
Where's this in reality?
This is just a scale model of the Earth in 2D.
Yeah, but we want reality, not your belief in
This-
a
what do you-
drawing on Canva.
This is
Is it in Canva? Is it
Yeah.
Canva?
This is Canva, yeah.
Just out of interest, that's
It's a
all. 'cause
model.
I use it.
It's a
I know, I
model.
use it.
It's using absolute values. It's not about giving you
Right.
a specific.
Well,
But
wait
my
a
The
second.
point is-
models,
all right, so here-
sorry, the models
I'm a
are
little-
based off of reality, correct?
The models are based off of the existing measurements for the Earth.
Okay, so where are these measurements for the
Do
Earth?
we
then?
do we agree that the Earth is about 25,000 miles across?
In
Around.
circumference?
Yeah. Do we agree on that?
That's what they say. I've never traveled there, but it could be.
That's the number that most flat earthers use, in my
Okay.
experience.
Well, cool for
So
them.
here, let me ask you this. Let me put it this way, because this is much closer to your observable amount of horizon.
Mhm.
This is a six that this
So
is
that's what we
a
observe.
so this is if you can see 6,000 miles across, right?
Wow.
This is if you can see 600 miles across. That's the absolute middle. That is not the amount of curve.
And we can debunk that one. You know why? We
Why?
got actual video footage of Jay Tolan seeing over 1,000 miles with his infrared camera on a plane.
This is 6,000.
You said 600.
No. Sorry, yeah, sorry. This is
That is
600.
6,000.
This is 6,000. This is 600. This is 60, and this is 6.
So Jay
Okay, wait a
Tolan.
second.
This is if
I'm-
you
with
could,
his
this is
infrared-
what it would look like
okay.
at 6 feet. At 6 feet
Oh, wait a
elevation, eye
second.
level of 6 feet. Hang on, eye level of 6 feet. You're gonna see about this. At 6 feet, your entire horizon circumference, everything that you could possibly see around you, is about 18.8 miles, which means that this is if you could see a full third of your field of view, a 120-degree field of view. This is what you would see looking out across a flat plane.
Okay, wait a second. I'm a little confused here, Aidan. You first claim that we're seeing stuff going over a curve, but you
Yes.
just showed us, due to your model, that it would appear flat, and it wouldn't disappear
No,
over
'cause
50
no.
miles. So how do you
No.
have it both ways?
This is going across. This is not going away from you.
This is two-dimensional.
Yes, this is going across. This is not going away from you.
So you're not taking perspective into account at all.
Well, no, this would take perspective.
No, it's
into
all
account as
orthographic.
well,
Do you see?
but-
Do you see in two-dimensional orthographic geometry?
You're not even talking about the same thing as me right now.
Yeah, I am actually.
No, you're not. This is what I have told you here is right here across this. This right here, if we go to position. you
Oh,
can see how
okay. I
big it
get
is.
what you're saying.
This
I get
is-
what you're saying.
This is 7,917,000 pixels across.
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to get at, though, Aidan. If I don't see any curvature in that direction,
Mhm.
how can I see curvature in the other directions? You claim that these boats and
Mhm.
shit go over that horizon, but if
Yeah.
that horizon, just like you're showing back and forth horizontally, if in my x-axis, how
Mhm.
far is that? Just 3 miles? So what, have we curved really a lot in one way and none in the other?
Toilet roll Earth.
No. Because if you
Then
go
what
up
the
here,
fuck is
if you
that?
go up here to the one that's 60 miles,
Magical.
this is 6 miles. Say
Okay.
we do turn this around. This is now 60 miles going that way, away from you.
Is
This is the
the
amount of
refractor?
curvature you're going to see. This
Is
is
this
the
the
amount of
refractor?
curvature.
Curvature over that span of distance, 50 miles of a horizon in front of you. How can you see something go over the curve less than 50 miles
Okay.
from you
Okay.
when you're looking straight out? If something was going toward that horizon away from the bottom of the screen, like going toward the horizon away from us, right? You mean to tell me that that's well over 50 miles to that horizon?
Hang on.
Okay, but Aidan,
All right,
did you
let's
take
see.
refraction
Give
into
me
account
some
of
numbers
this?
here. Give me some numbers here.
Did you
Where are
take
we at?
refraction
We're
into
at
account of this?
a height of 6 feet. Height of 6 feet.
Did you take?
And
Yeah, but did you take refraction into account there?
this is just the basic Earth's curve calculator. Hang on.
Yeah, but the things you just drew on, did you take refraction or was it no refraction? Probably not.
there was
because you're
not
just using that
refraction in those ones. No.
So if you had to use Walter Bislin's advanced Earth curve calculator that takes terrestrial refraction in, would it differ?
No, not significantly. Not over these distances.
So,
So that we can see
Because-
the horizon 50 miles in front of us.
you know, you've just thrown every globe under the bus when they
No,
claim
I
refraction,
haven't.
and they've known with us when they say you never take refraction into account.
Nope. Nope.
You're just
because
throwing them under the bus.
Would you stop trying to divert from the point I'm trying to make? I'm in the middle of
It's
something
not.
else.
We know what the point you're making.
No, you
Earth
don't.
too big to see curve.
Earth
but
too big to see
small-
curve
but-
is correct. I just showed you. I just
So
showed
flat
you.
Earth then.
These are horizontal. They are not vertical. They are not going away from you. These are horizontal models. This is going
Then
goes
how
this
are
way.
you-
This way.
Okay.
Not this way.
All right, if you got more than 50 miles this way, back and forth, in other words, you're this view right here, you got more than 50 miles and you're not seeing curvature, then how is something going
You
toward that
are
horizon
seeing
that you don't
curvature.
see? Wait a second.
You are. It's
Then
just
how
a very
is it-
small
then
amount
how
of it.
are you? Then how far away from me would something have to be traveling before it goes over that curvature?
That's what I'm trying to get to. How tall is it?
You're standing. It's
A 6 foot
anything.
person. Put
Let's
a
say
6
it's
foot
all right.
person.
We're at 6 feet.
Why would that matter?
We're at 6 feet. It's
Why-
3
why
miles
would the
away.
size-
We're at
why
6
would the
feet. It's
size
3
matter?
miles away. Okay.
Okay, 3 miles away. So it's 3 miles to the curve,
Yep. That's where it'll
looking
start to go
forward,
under. Mhm.
but looking left to right, I got hundreds of miles with no curvature.
Not no
So we're on a
curvature. Not no
cylinder.
curvature. A very slight amount of curvature. Approximately
What
1
did-
degree
what,
every
you didn't see any?
69.4
Okay,
miles.
but we can end this. But we can end this straight away. You saying, look, Earth too big to see curve, so therefore no curve. Let me assume there's curve, even though we can't measure it or see it. That means flat Earth, mate. You're presenting
No.
flat Earth here.
No, I'm
You're
not.
literally saying we can't see it because it's too big. So no observed curve then.
No, I never said you can't see the curve at all. I said you can't see horizontally the curve if you're at just 6 feet of elevation because your horizon
not there.
is not wide enough.
Ah,
That's
so
what I'm
no
saying.
curve observed then.
Not at 6 feet of elevation. You'd
I
be
100%
perceiving
agree.
like 0.0001 degree of curvature.
I 100% agree. No curve observed at 6
Let's
feet.
let's
Why
do this.
is
Let's
it
do
then
this.
people say? Why is it then people say boats go over the curve at 3 miles away at 6 feet?
Okay, because if you'll look at 6 feet with a target distance 3 miles, with a target distance of 3 miles, the hidden height is 0 feet, right? We go to 4 miles. Oh, now anything shorter than half a foot is not going to be visible over the curve. We go to 5 miles. Now anything below 2.5 feet is not going to be visible over the curve. As you can imagine, with a ship, what this would look like is the hull disappearing first. We get to 20 miles, and suddenly anything that is shorter than 192 feet is going to be invisible behind the curve.
Great.
And how
And now put
far?
refraction into account.
I don't. What do you mean now take for refraction into account? How does that change
Because we
this?
see, you look through 3D space. We look optically. So
All that would do is
You
make
are
it so that the
using-
boat is visible for longer. It's still going to disappear
Ah.
from the bottom first.
okay. Listen what I'm saying. You
It's
showing
still
things
going to
where it says,
disappear
this is
from the
why
bottom
I don't
first."
see curve. You are taking orthographic view and claiming it is based on perspective.
No, I'm
Because
not. You are not.
So we don't-
You're
we
not
don't
even
see
comprehending what I'm saying.
Well, I do. We know we've had this argument since we became flat earthers. We've been around the bush with this many times, man. I know you're new to the subject, but
I'm-
we've been through this.
But that's the
Okay.
problem. It's you haven't. What you haven't
We
addressed.
have.
All right.
I can
so,
literally show you
okay,
my
why
first
is it?
video
Why
on my
is it?
channel that
Why is
does
it?
it.
Why is it that no matter what the distance is, the boat will always disappear from the bottom first?
Perspective.
No.
Diffraction limit.
No.
Explain
No. No. No.
No, yes.
Because
Field of view.
perspective is not curved.
No, it's your
The
field.
fre-
Per-
You-
no,
okay,
no.
okay, wait.
Perspective. With perspective, it would always appear to get closer and closer to the horizon. It is asymptotic. It will never hit it. It will never go
Okay,
below
okay,
the
now I'm gonna-
horizon.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you, do you know
What does
what the
refraction
diffraction
do?
limit
What
is?
does refraction do?
It just displaces the image you're
What's
looking
the
at.
effect that it has? Like when you perceive refraction.
Displaces the image you
What?
are looking at.
What?
It puts it in a. It either drops it or rises it,
When does it rise versus when does it drop?
depending on the environment. Now, again,
No.
you know-
When does it rise versus when does it
you
drop?
know-
This is important.
when it follows the density,
When does it
Heat
rise? When does
rises.
it drop?
heat rises, cooler sinks.
What does that have
So
to
the
do?
light
Okay.
follows
So when it's
Yes.
Okay.
well, that
So
that to
warmer
me
air is
sounds
going to
more like what that
expand-
would
What-
do. What that to me sounds more like what it would do is that it would always rise, and the temperature would only adjust how high it rises.
Great. So,
So
in other
it would
words, it's
never go-
always the point is it's always optical then, not
No.
physical observation.
You are observing the physical reality
Oh, so if my cell phone is here,
every
but it's
time.
actually
No. See,
Okay.
you've said the words perspective and refraction. What you have not
Whoa,
done
whoa, whoa,
is
whoa.
explain
Let me-
why
let me
it
finish
is
for a second.
that every
I'm-
single time it will disappear from the bottom
Okay,
first.
I'm going to now.
Okay.
Let's say I'm just, but first gonna tell you a statement with refraction. This is where my phone physically is,
Mhm.
but due to refraction, it appears here. You don't see it here. You only see it here. Is my phone physically there, or is it still physically here?
Well, right now it's physically where it is, but
If
I
it's a
understand what you're
refracted,
saying.
say this is a refracted
I
phone.
understand what
It's
you're saying.
physically here.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
is that optical or is that physical?
Oh my god. It's optical.
Great,
It's also
And that's what we
completely
always
not related
see.
to the point.
it is. Now, let me explain to you
Can
why
I
we see
explain to you
things
why it
bottom up.
doesn't make?
Now,
Can I
wait,
explain
you
to you
want me
why
to-
what you're saying doesn't make any fucking sense? Can I please?
Black Swan
Can I
2020. Right.
please?
Black Swan.
Why
2020.
is any of it beneath the horizon? Any of it at all?
Diffraction
No,
limit.
no. Refraction causes the visible amount
Di-
to rise.
Diffraction. No,
Okay, now we're okay. All right.
diffraction.
Okay, and when does
Do you know
diffraction
what-
occur?
Do you know what 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet means?
No.
That's the diffraction limit.
Okay.
So as soon as it gets to the diffraction limit, I don't know if you've ever learned about the diffraction limit before. You know what an Aries disk is?
Doesn't sound familiar to me.
Okay. I'm gonna quickly draw it
Might
on
know it
paint.
by another name, but the problem is that we still haven't actually addressed the issue at hand.
This is addressing it, mate.
No, okay, no, it's not. All right, here, how about this? Chicago, 2015.
Hey.
Photographer named Joshua Nowicki.
Jonathan Nowicki.
The wiki,
Yes.
yeah, prove the flat Earth. Well
no,
done.
he actually proved the exact opposite, because if you go and you look at his interview, what he said was that it's never like that. It is never that visible.
Oh, but that's not
Inferno
true.
Mirage.
Okay,
That's
so
not
the,
true.
now the
That's not
photographer's
true.
lying. Now the photographer's lying. Right, got it.
Aiden,
Okay. So
hold on,
everybody
wait a
who might
second.
have firsthand
We got
knowledge is
people.
just lying.
We got
Aiden,
people
Aiden,
people-
listen. Rob Skiba,
went out and did it.
rest in peace. He duplicated the exact same image. It doesn't never do that before.
He said
it depends.
he never
it
said- he didn't
depends.
say never.
Listen,
He said
just
it-
shut up
okay.
and listen.
All right. What was the guy's
Okay.
name?
So not only did he recreate the exact same photograph, he was on a boat from the shore and kept the city in view as he went across the lake to Chicago. The image did not disappear and then reappear as it should if it were a mirage over a distance of water. Yes.
No, you're
And
assuming
so
you're
the
assuming that the
claim-
skyline
the
would not be visible by the
claim-
time the mirage
Listen
dissipates.
to me. The claim that this has never happened before
Nobody
was
claimed never.
in error. No
Nobody
one's
claimed
claiming
never.
he lied.
Nowicki
He
said he
merely
had never seen it before.
himself.
He had never, but we've got a lot of people
But
that
he-
actually went out
Okay,
and they've got
but
this
no,
again.
but
They see it
but
regularly.
listen to me. He said he had never seen it, even though he had
That's
been
his
to that
problem.
exact same spot to take pictures numerous times, which means
And
it's
many
not
other
always
people still
visible,
get it.
which means that the picture
It's optical.
yes, it was an illusion. That's why it was
No.
invisible. It wouldn't have been
Listen.
visible without the illusion. You can't use
No.
refraction sometimes and then not others.
Wait a
Is it-
second.
It was
Wait,
only
wait, wait, wait.
visible because
Is
of
it a-
refraction.
No, you know there's
Yes.
refraction every single day. They're
Is
looking through
refraction or is refraction not affected by the exact weather conditions of the day?
Listen, there was a very special
Okay, you're ignoring the
day
question. Got it.
to make it appear that it's not curved, as you say. Okay, correct?
No, it's the other way around. That one
Oh,
day
well,
was
we're
the
saying it's
special
no.
day where you
We're
could
saying
see
it's the
more
other
of
way
the
around.
city than usual.
You remember I just showed you those buttons where refraction caused it to look curved. We can
first
say
of all,
that
I'm still not
they-
entirely sure that's at all what that
Okay.
was showing, but
Okay. First of all, that wasn't even a superior mirage they showed on the wiki. Okay, because it doesn't even have the mirroring required for a superior mirage. There was no compression required for an
Okay,
inferior mirage. We actually
sure, whatever.
dissected this image. Secondly, the refraction causes it to look like there's a curve. Okay, we can demonstrate this just like I did tonight's stream.
no,
Now
what
on
you're doing
stream,
right now
I've
is
got what-
contradicting yourself.
No.
No,
What I'm
because-
doing now, is telling you how refraction works.
No.
That's
Wait,
demonstrated.
No, because
And I'm
that's
educating
not what
you
you're
now
doing.
on diffraction limit 2.
But that's
Do you
not
can
what you're
you see
doing.
my
But that's
screen?
not what you're doing. Listen.
Must I show
okay?
you more?
Listen.
More demonstration.
Listen. If the Earth was flat, then
Which
you would
it
be
is, yeah.
able to see the entire skyline of Chicago from across
Why?
Lake Michigan at all times. Because if the
Nope.
Earth was flat, you would be able to do that. Because the buildings are thousands of feet tall. They are. You would see the skyline. You would.
Ever heard of shit strings before?
You would see the skyline. Okay? If the Earth was
Ever
flat,
heard of
you would see the
shit strings
skyline.
before? Ever heard of shit strings before?
Get smaller and angular size.
Yeah.
You would be
It's
able to
very
use
simple.
a telescope. If the Earth
And
were
you
flat,
are looking.
if the Earth were
Are you
flat,
looking over water?
if the
Okay,
Earth
we're
were
looking-
flat, you would be able to see
Mhm.
Chicago from Michigan
No.
with a telescope.
No.
Yes.
Do we look over water in Lake Michigan?
Yes.
Is there water vapor in the air
Yes.
over the lake?
Yes.
Okay.
The buildings
Is
are
there
2,000
fog?
feet tall.
Is there dust?
The buildings are 2,000 feet tall.
And it's not 2,000 feet tall optically 50 miles away
Because of the fucking curve.
because of angular size
No,
change.
no, it's not angular size change because there's no angular size change with a telescope.
How
With the
far do you
telescope-
have to be away
telescope-
from? How far away do you have to be away from?
Sorry, not angular size, angular resolution. If you use a telescope and you
exactly.
look
How-
across at
Do you
Chicago,
know? Wait a second, I'll show you.
if the
something.
Earth is
Okay.
flat,
Okay,
it
no,
should
no, no.
always be there.
Okay, Aidan?
All right, fine. How about this? Let's account for refraction. Let's put the camera.
No,
Let's
no,
put
no,
the camera
before you
50
do that-
feet up. Let's put the camera 50 feet up.
Before you do that, Aidan, look at these two, okay? We can say they're the same size. What happens when I move the one away?
It looks
Is
smaller.
it now bigger? Ah,
You're not even addressing the point I'm making.
so the 2,000, what do you say, 2,000 feet skyline is 2,000 feet still at 50 miles?
I didn't say it looks shorter. I said the whole thing would be visible.
Why?
Because
Where?
if the Earth is flat, you're gonna be able to see things that are far away across a flat surface.
Oh, let me ask you
Through
something.
water
Aiden.
vapor.
Hold on, wait a
through
second. Let me
fog,
ask you this.
through-
Have you
Yeah.
ever been in like a big, huge Olympic-sized swimming pool? I'm sure
Yeah.
you have. Okay. Now, when you're standing above the water at one end of the pool,
Mm-hmm.
you can see things at the other end of the pool clear as day, can't you?
Yep.
Right? You see the people's heads that are sticking up out of the water at the other end of the pool.
Mhm.
Now, if you submerge yourself under the water, is your vision limited now? Do you have a limited vision? Can you see the other end of the pool as clearly as you could above the water?
In my experience, yes, but that's not really the
No,
point here
you
because we're not talking about
cannot.
being underwater. We're talking about being over water.
All right,
And we're
wait a
talking about the fact
second.
that even once you
Stay
get
with the
above the
point
water, we're talking about the fact
I'm
that even
getting-
once you account
oh.
for atmospheric refraction, the buildings
co-
still aren't completely visible.
Okay, so
Okay.
as you increase the opacity of the medium, looking through bigger and bigger distances of it, water vapor and the like, all the medium that's down here, the soupiest part of our atmos, you are going to be limited in the distance that you can view things because of what's called atmos opacity.
Okay.
Now, one of the biggest things I noticed, I live here in Virginia,
But we're not
which
talking
is,
about opacity.
hold on, wait a second. It's rather humid here. And even from a mountaintop, on clear days, I can see further than on more humid days. Now, when I went out west of Death Valley, one of the things that really struck me was how far you could really see. It really blew my mind. And why was that? Because there was so much less moisture in the air, diffracting, not refracting, diffracting the light and scattering it, thereby obscuring my view. This is what happens when you're standing at the ground level, especially over large bodies of water. Okay? So you not only have refraction involved, everything mashing, compressing into the vanishing point of the horizon, you have diffraction as well. Okay?
Yeah, and that's what I want to explain on screen now.
That it's compressing into it. That horizon is where the ground and the sky appears to meet. They don't physically meet. If you watch an aircraft go past you over top, it's going to look like it gets lower and lower and lower, but it's not.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly explain. This is what we call with the Aries disk. This would be a maxima and a minima. Okay, it's like a wavelength of light, you could say. Okay, these are two separate objects. We can say this is the ground, so in the ocean, and this is the boat. Okay, what happens is, as they move further away, the angular size changes and they start overlapping. Okay, so it starts becoming to see it one image. So now you're just visibly seeing one image. You see the largest angle. What would the largest angle be? The boat or the water?
This is
Gonna be the water.
Not. What does that have to do with what I just said?
That's diffraction limits to see why.
No, what I just said was that you should be able to see the entirety of the skyline.
Did you just listen?
I did, but you didn't. You didn't actually address what I said. That's the problem.
I am. This is directly addressing an issue.
It's not.
Even our self just explained it. Yes.
It's not. It's not.
Do you know why we don't see the windows on the buildings? Do you know why we don't see the windows on the buildings, Aidan?
Just keep talking, because at this point you're not even talking about what I'm talking
about. Do you know why we don't see the windows on the building, Aidan?
Whatever. Just
because of diffraction.
Sure. Whatever. It's not angular resolution.
The reason you don't see the skyline all the time is because of weather. We're looking through a large amount of body water with water vapor in the air.
Okay, so
and it has to be very specific conditions to make it visible. So in other words, it's just making it clear to see. It's there. It's just not miraged.
Okay,
it's one of the reasons.
So the same exact kind of thing has been done with accounting for refraction, and it still returns the same results. That you don't see the bottoms of the buildings. You can. There's a picture from there's a picture of Philadelphia taken from Apple Pie Hill in New Jersey, 205 feet elevation. Parts of Philadelphia are below the curve.
So
at the horizon, no water, over land. Over land. This
photograph, taken from high altitude, shows the sun rather far away. The reason being, why can we see a lot further from this elevation right here? Why can we see the sun? Listen,
can you move
before
your head
you
just a little bit?
Jumping in, let me finish. The reason is because you have eliminated a lot of that weather and atmos opacity that we were talking about. Now, there are videos, I've seen a couple of them, where as clear in conditions as possible. At high elevation, the sun appears to set, bring it back into view. But you know what ends up happening? It ends up just kind of fading out of view.
No, it doesn't.
Listen to me, due to the opacity of the atmos. The sun is not gargantuanly huge, okay? It's rather small in comparison to the Earth. It is a very intense energy source of some kind, but it is very small. This idea that you are Superman and would be able to see things forever is really naive. It shows a lack of understanding how your vision actually works. I'm not faulting you for that. Many people don't understand how their vision works.
No, I get that part. That's not the problem
And
I'm
that
bringing
field
up.
of view, that field of view is the one most important. When I told you that your field of view is now compromised by the horizon, everything compresses on it. Red's Rhetoric likes to show this picture of zoomed in on this hotel across the body of water. And he only shows it for a minute. And there's a good reason for that.
As well.
If you stop it and look, the windows get shorter and shorter and shorter as you get closer to the horizon. Why is that? Are there hobbits living on the bottom floor and giants living on the top? That's due to the effect of compression into the horizon. Also, your field of view, as I stated before, is now compromised by the horizon. Everything up to the horizon, you have a full field of view to. But once you get to that, now your field of view, it's like Wilson. Remember Wilson on the that sitcom, right? He was only over the thing like that. If he started going away, he'd start shrinking from the bottom up. Why? Was he really shrinking from the bottom up? No, your field of view was compromised as he got smaller due to angular resolution. It's that simple.
Yeah. So you wanted to present, Aidan?
Yeah, I just wanted to show this. This is Philadelphia from Apple Pie Hill. It's at 205 feet of elevation. If you look at Philadelphia, it's kind of hard to zoom in. I'm going to do my best. So I'm a Philly native. This is my home city.
Awesome.
There is, as you can see, no water. The only water here is the Delaware River. It's about 3/4 of a mile wide, and it's over that way. This is not the entire skyline of Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
This is the horizon, correct?
Yep.
That's the apparent horizon, yeah.
Yes. This is not the entire skyline of Philadelphia. Now, I can tell you...
Well, the
trees
resolution's
here,
bad, though.
The resolution is bad, but even through the bad resolution, being a Philadelphia native, I can tell you a solid 7/8 of the city is not visible here. Only the tallest buildings.
What's causing all that haze?
This right here, I don't know when the picture was taken. This is either going to be One Liberty Place or the Comcast building.
Okay.
What's causing all that haze?
Wait.
It's
But
just it's a low resolution photo. I'm guessing this is probably not Comcast because this picture was probably taken 20
Well,
or
I'm
30
noticing
years ago.
it seems to get hazier as you go in the distance.
Yes.
Do you notice
But
that?
it's fine.
That
Do
doesn't
you know what
it's
that
fine.
is?
That's the
It doesn't matter
atmospheric
anyway.
refraction. But what matters
No,
here is the fact...
opacity.
Sure,
opacity,
atmospheric
not
opacity.
refraction.
Well,
opacity.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else with it.
Now, in conjunction with that opacity, what is most of that opacity do you believe is comprised of?
It's probably urban smog. But again, you're not addressing the point I'm making.
That
Water
is.
vapor.
The point
water vapor.
the point I'm making is
Okay.
that you can't see you cannot see these shorter
I know.
buildings of Philadelphia.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
Which is
Diffraction limit. The angular size has got too small, so it has moved into the large angle. Just
but
like
if
when you
if
see
the
in a
planet
distance.
wasn't curved, what you're talking
No,
about
this
would
has got nothing to
compress
curve.
what's at the bottom. It wouldn't make it
No.
invisible.
Just like we're saying, okay? If you've ever looked at night, a car in the distance looks like it's got one huge light. And the closer it comes, it becomes two lights. That's the fraction limit. That building in the distance, that building that you can't see, the angular size has got too small to resolve. So it's resolving the angle around it, which is the water or the ground or whatever you're seeing. Notice that the horizon, which is supposed to block it, is behind what you're claiming is blocking it.
No, it's not. I live here.
Yes.
I live here. It's not.
My hero is from Philly, man. Rocky Balboa, he's my hero. Love it.
So, Aidan, the majority, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that the majority of that haze that you're looking through there is water vapor.
It's
Okay.
urban smog.
And it's mostly water vapor, my friend. And the reason it's water vapor is I know because you're on the East Coast the same as I am. I get the exact same thing. Okay. And it's not due to fog. It's not due to smog. Water vapor, water has this really cool effect on light and images. It distorts them. It really does. And you get more and more distortion the more of the water vapor that you are looking through.
So
Okay, so
I
that's going to
understand what you're
affect your
saying.
imagery really quite a bit.
I understand what you're saying. But the
So
problem
that's why
is that
you don't see forever.
the everything should, based on what you're saying, collapse to the horizon.
It does.
Not collapse beneath the horizon.
It doesn't. Nothing collapses beneath the horizon. It collapses into the horizon.
But if it wasn't collapsing beneath the horizon, the smaller buildings of Philadelphia would be visible here.
Why?
Because they're behind the curve right now.
No, they're not. There's no curve.
Curve.
You just told us that's an apparent horizon.
Yes,
so
horizons
how far
are
is that horizon?
Okay, all right. Listen. Can you
It's
see?
optical, Aidan,
Can
that's
you
all.
see
It's optical.
No, it's not optical.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Totally
You go show
optical.
it is optical.
No, they're invisible because they're beneath the curve. Do you
No
have any idea?
diffraction
Do you have
limit.
any idea what the expected curvature is here? Any idea?
It's diffraction.
No, do you have
diffraction
just
limit.
because
No,
here's
we
the
don't.
thing,
We don't
the
know the
math-
distances or anything.
The mat. First of all,
Mm.
this is at 205 feet of elevation, so stop saying refraction and diffraction because it's largely been accounted for here. All right.
Diffraction. How do you account for diffraction?
Oh my God. It's like
You can't.
It's talking. to a
Diffraction
brick
just
wall.
explains. Yes, it is. Can you see this on screen?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me why it looks so hazy so far away?
Because you're looking, I'm assuming, based on the angle of the picture, you're probably looking out at the Atlantic Ocean across New Jersey.
Great. And can you tell me why I can't see for instance, the windows on this building down there, past there?
Angular resolution. You're too far away. That's not. You're still not arguing with my point.
Refraction.
You're
Okay,
still not.
now
No,
can-
it's not refraction. It's not
now
refraction.
can you
It's
tell-
resolution.
Okay.
It's not
Right.
refraction.
But diffraction.
It's not diffraction at all. It's resolution.
Diffraction limit is resolution limit.
No, it's okay. All right.
Literally is.
Aidan, do you have a
Diffraction
weather
limit-
app?
Then it
Wait,
still
wait,
doesn't
wait.
explain why Philadelphia isn't visible from Apple Pie Hill.
This photo I got on here says it perfectly why, and I'm trying to explain it to
No,
you,
it
but you're getting
doesn't. You're
triggered. and
no,
don't
I'm not
talk to
getting
me.
triggered. You are saying random things that aren't associated with my point, which is that if you look at the picture of Philadelphia taken from 205 feet of elevation at Apple Pie Hill in New Jersey, 40 miles away, you should in fact be able to see the entire city of Philadelphia if the Earth is
No.
not curved.
No, that's not
Why?
true.
Why?
Because there's opacity.
No, it's not. Opacity is not the
Oh
problem here.
my God!
Elevation is.
And
Elevation is the problem here.
angular
Can you
Aidan,
see these
hold up,
buildings?
hold
Can
up.
you see these
Right.
buildings? Can you see these buildings? Can you
Aidan.
see them? Can you see the buildings?
Angular size change. It
Can
would
you
help if you
see
had
the
a better-
buildings?
It would help
Can
if you
you
had a
see
better
the
resolution.
buildings?
Would help if
Do
you
you
had
have
a
a
better
see the
weather app?
buildings?
Aiden, do you have a weather app?
No,
on
no,
your
no,
phone?
no, no, no. Can you see the buildings?
I just going to ask you a question. If you have a weather app on your phone, and I'm sure most people do,
Yep.
you'll notice that it tells you everything about it, what it feels like, all that other.
Mhm.
And you're also going to notice that there's a little thing on here that says visibility.
Okay, cool.
Now,
Can you
why
see
would-
the buildings?
Wait. Why would the visibility, wouldn't it always be the same? Why does it change from day to day?
We're not arguing.
sometimes
We're not
often
arguing
throughout
about
the
whether or
day.
not the entire city of Philadelphia is visible. We're arguing about the fact that part of the city of Philadelphia is not visible.
Exactly.
Why?
Well,
If
because
it's
of
if it's
diffraction.
atmospheric
You're-
opacity,
Okay, wait.
opacity, you won't be able to see any of these buildings.
So wait
Okay.
a second.
No.
No, it's not true at all.
Yeah.
No.
Aiden.
Because the
check it
buildings
out.
here, the buildings that aren't here are not differently colored. They're a
Have you ever
different
gone
light.
snorkeling?
Wait,
Have you
hold on.
ever
I
gone
just want to
snorkeling?
point.
Everything
Can I
you can
point
see in
something
this
out?
picture
Whoa.
is
Hold
at
on,
least
wait.
336
Have you ever-
feet tall.
Here's your problem. You've taken a crappy photograph and then zoomed in on the photograph.
I've used your side's photograph. This is
Okay,
from
okay.
your people.
Okay,
Yeah,
first
but
of all,
you're zooming in
Wait.
on the zoom in.
Even if
Okay,
I don't
doesn't-
zoom in on the zoom in, it's the same way. It's actually
okay,
easier to see
Aidan,
the city
I want
now.
to ask you a question. Why is the horizon so high?
What do you mean, why is the horizon so high?
Why is the horizon not dropping?
What do you mean, why is the horizon not dropping? It is. That's why the buildings aren't visible. Behind
wait,
the
bring
curve.
that back up.
No,
Bring up
it's
your
not.
zoom in.
But wait,
Bring up your zoom
wait.
in.
They're
Bring up your
behind
zoom
the
in. I'm
curve.
going to show you something. Bring up your zoom in. So if those buildings are hidden by the curve of the earth, why is there horizon past the buildings?
That's
There
what I'm asking him.
isn't. They're behind
There
the
is.
You can literally
horizon.
see it.
These are not
There's
in
buildings
Philadelphia.
in the
These two dots
foreground
right here. These two dots
Yeah,
right
yeah.
here are not in Philadelphia. They're in New Jersey. That's Philadelphia,
Okay.
Okay. If you can
which
get a
is
better
visible
resolution, we might go.
behind the horizon.
Sorry, do you know that the horizon is only apparent? It's still behind Philadelphia as well.
I don't even
Just
know
because-
how to respond to that statement.
Okay, let's put it this way. If you've driven in a car on a very foggy day and you're only able to see to your bonnet, your hood, in other words, because you guys said hood, there's still street beyond that, is there not?
Yes, that's being obscured
You just can't see it.
by fog.
You
That's
just
not what's
can't
going
see
on
it.
here. That's not what's going
That's
on here.
exactly what's
No,
going
it's
on.
not. No, it
The
isn't.
the resolution is just too bad to be able
It's
to
not the resolution.
resolve
It's
the
not
image.
the resolution. There are
Right,
buildings
show 'em
that
Black-
should be
show 'em Black
visible
Swan.
that aren't.
Do the
Watch
Black
this.
Swan.
We're gonna
Just
show the Black
watch
Swan as well, yeah.
Right, yeah, do the Black Swan.
Watch this. Look at the horizon.
Mhm.
Just a time lapse of it throughout the day.
Look up here.
Yeah, it's atmospheric refraction.
It's not breathing in and out. It's not doing yoga and stretching. Of course, this is just an optical effect because the conditions are changing, and so it's causing the horizon to move around because that's just the vanishing point, the convergence point, and it's changing based on the different conditions. It's just an
Optical.
apparent effect. It isn't any
There we go.
physical.
Do you notice what the buildings are actually doing? First of all, take the tie.
The
I don't.
warping.
Okay, so
They're
first of all,
breathing. It's squishing up. They're squishing.
what's
Sponge
the distance?
building.
First of all, what's the distance and the elevation at which that was taken? Right?
difference does it make? The point
It
of the
does make
matter
a
is,
difference. It does.
wait
make
a second.
difference.
did the horizon change throughout the course of that time lapse or not?
It didn't. It actually didn't really look like it did.
Really? Okay, watch the top line again I'll bring it back up. Unless
Okay, I'll bring it up and then we'll go on to the Black Swan.
Now I want you to watch this aspect, watch this line. Also pay attention to what happens to these buildings.
I was
right
paying
here.
attention. They compressed.
All right. So they change,
But
don't they?
they're
Why?
not at the
Why?
horizon.
They're changing.
Which is
Hold
like
on.
the Earth curve, and we see just
Yeah, if
just
you
watch
look
it
at the
forward.
horizon line, it remains relatively static. What appears to be changing is the actual.
Relatively static.
What?
It's
It's moving
dropped by
around like
half the
crazy.
distance.
The video was
Look
shot
at
using a
now.
potato.
Look at this. Look at that island.
It's
Look at
got
that
a
little
resolution
peninsula.
of 4 pixels.
Look at that little peninsula.
That's in the foreground, not at the horizon.
It don't matter. It's all of it.
does.
Look at the horizon. Look at the
The
horizon.
horizon
going
is
up
barely
and
moving,
down.
and the video was shot in like a resolution
Is
of
it moving?
144.
Is it moving? Do things further away from you appear
Do you
to
understand
move
how film
at a
works?
slower
Do you
rate
understand
than
how
things
film
closer?
works?
Hold on, wait a second. If you're going 70 miles an hour and there's trees right next to the road and there's a mountain in the background, you're going to notice that you're going by the trees much faster than you are the mountain, right?
Yes.
Why is that? Because the mountain, you're still going the same speed past it. It's just because the other thing is further away. So, of course, the further horizon is going to move much less than the closer stuff, right? But did you notice that the horizon changed drastically? Did you watch it in relative to the line and
Yes,
to the
I
trees?
did. I
I have
did.
lost.
It doesn't change drastically. It changes
my
the
God.
slightest bit, and in my opinion, that appears to have been not because the horizon was changing, but because the actual elevation of the sun in the sky was changing. And it was changing the
What?
colors. It was changing the
What?
colors of the
Sun.
sky in the background. You gave me a video that had some of the lowest resolution I've ever seen.
Then what
Better
was
than the
going
photo
on
you
with those
presented.
buildings? What was going
But
on?
anyway,
with the buildings
It's not
and
the photo
shit
I
then?
presented. It's the photo you people used
Okay.
to prove the Earth is flat.
you presented it. I didn't even bring it up. So anyway, do you
All
know
right.
the Black Swan argument?
No.
This is the Black Swan argument. Okay, these are two platforms,
Okay.
and the
Cool.
horizon is behind them. Okay,
Okay,
this is
and-
the.
Wait. How do we know
You're
they're
gonna do
that
the
far
math.
away? How do we know they're that far away?
They measured. Literally,
did?
they used to reference.
Who
So
did?
What do you mean? Who did?
Who
You can
measured it?
go and get the information off
Where?
the seashell platforms, oil platforms.
Did they do that?
Anyway, yes,
Where?
platform habitat is
Where?
9.
No,
Dude,
where? I want to see
Dude,
the
can I
citation.
finish talk?
But
Can
I want to see
finish
the
my-
citation. I want to know if this is actually even an argument worth having before we have it, because we only got 4 minutes left. So I want to see the citation.
Okay, then I'm going to give you the math quickly, and then you can do a video on this if you don't believe me.
I'm
and I'll
not doing a
send you
video
the
on this.
citation
I'm done.
and
I've debunked it. It's over. It's
You
done.
haven't
Oh
debunked
my
anything.
God.
You've had cognitive
You
dissonance.
debunked
this
it.
I
whole
don't have
time.
cognitive dissonance. I'm not the one sitting here
Aidan,
with
you
images
showed-
from space of the Earth saying no. Okay? I'm
There
not that
is no
person.
images from space. You didn't
There's
even present
numerous
them
images from space. You can't just say everything's
No, there
CGI.
isn't.
You've got to actually
You know what
show that it was
composite-
edited. You have to
you know
actually
what
show that
composite
it was
image?
edited.
You know what?
You know what? Here,
You know
let me
what
give you an
composite-
example.
okay.
Let me give you an example.
Okay,
when Ashton
wait,
Forbes,
wait,
when
Aidan,
Ashton Forbes
you're
came out.
trying to run
Wait,
away
no,
from
let
the
me. No, I'm
argument.
not.
You're
Let
the
me
first
give you an
person that
example.
has.
Let me give you an example. Ashton
He's
Forbes came out with
running
a
away from
video
the argument
claiming that
that's
he
in
that
Trying
an
to run his clock.
H370.
He's running out the
Running.
clock.
I'm
That's all
not
he's
running
trying
out the
to do is
clock.
run
I'm
out the
trying to
clock.
give you an
I'm trying
example
to
of a
study your
time I
argument,
actually
yeah.
did the work
You
to
haven't
prove
let
something is
Flatzoidz
CGI.
finish. You haven't let Flatzoidz
Because he
finish.
hasn't given me the citation.
Let him finish his
I'm
I
presentation.
want the
with it.
citation first.
Let him finish the presentation.
Yeah. Okay.
I
First
want
of
the
all,
citation.
You'll get the citation, asshole. Let him
No, I
finish the
won't.
presentation.
you can literally go on the platform's site,
And you did
the
that.
actual companies. I can give it to you later.
But
You
did
can
you do
get
that?
their exact distances
So
from the
no.
shore. This
So
is
you
where
did
it's
it.
based. I'm gonna send it to you. I just gotta get it and I'll send it to you. But for now, because time's limited, I'm going to explain to you what the black swan is, because you
Okay,
obviously
sure.
are very ignorant to the subject.
Not
Okay.
ignorant. I just don't have time to look at
Very
every
ignorant.
single different
I am
ladder
sorry,
argument.
but you are ignorant.
Oh,
to
I'm sorry.
everything
I
you
didn't
brought up
realize
tonight.
that you guys were the experts and not any of the people
Give
who are
me
far
more
more
expert than you
influential
on
than
this. Yes.
How would
Okay.
you know anything, Aiden?
That's
You
the
haven't
question.
shut your cock holster long enough to let him
Okay.
present.
My
Okay, so
cock
anyway,
holster.
we
So
got-
now we're getting
we got-
homophobic with it. I got it. All right.
Anyway, we got platform habitat, 9.41 miles away.
And you have a
Platform Hill
citation
House.
for that, correct?
I will send it to you.
Yes.
No,
he
don't
said
send
that.
it.
21
Don't
miles
send
away.
it. I
Let
want
him
you to show it.
finish.
Okay.
I want you to show the
Okay.
citation.
The observer height from this person, there was the video, BMLR 69. He has this exact video, is many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he was 1 foot off of the ground.
Okay.
The max distance according to your Earth curve would be 1.22 miles away.
Right.
The horizon is seen 10 times that distance.
According.
Do you know why that is?
I want the citation.
I will get it to you, but do you know that no platform in existence would be at 1.22 miles away or closer? You would agree with that?
I want the citation.
I will send it to you because your time is limited. This is the same person gone now at a different time. Also, 8-foot observer height. Your horizon should be 3.46 miles, and yet the horizon is way beyond 10 miles again. Look how nice and clear the image is. Do you know why that is? Let me go get
Tell
the
me.
citation quickly.
I want the citation.
Because there's no Earth curve.
Nope. Okay,
Yes.
so what about the pictures I showed you? What about all the other pictures on the 200 proofs the Earth is not a spinning ball that are used by flat earthers all the time? What about the fact
We
that
don't
you
use
can?
them.
Why can I only see part of Corsica from La Spezia?
Diffraction limit,
It's 8,000 feet tall.
refraction,
It's 8,000 feet tall.
angular size
No,
change,
You can't just throw out
perspective,
buzzwords. That's not argument.
optical phenomena.
Okay, I get it. All you can do is recite buzzwords. I understand the
No,
limit,
it's-
but what I don't
it's
understand is
it's literally optical
why
phenomena, mate,
can I
That's
see
the answer.
Corsica from La Spezia?
because of optical phenomena.
Actually, it's because it's tall enough that it shouldn't even be over the curve. Dumbass. Jesus
Optical?
Christ.
Phenomena.
And
No,
again with the
the
Jesus
height-
Christ. I thought you were a Christian.
I am a Christian, PJ.
And why
Well,
you,
can you not? Can you stop with the Jesus Christ? That's taking the Lord's name in vain. Come on, you must agree with
That's
that.
There we go,
not
there's
what
your-
taking the Lord's name in vain even
thank you,
means.
thank you.
It's
There's
a-
the
You're
citation.
taking
All right,
the
this is
Lord's
the
name in
citation.
vain still.
All right,
There's
it
the
says that
citation.
they're
There we go.
located offshore approximately 6 miles south-southeast of the city of Santa Barbara. All right. Now, where was the picture taken from?
Let me bring the video.
Norman
Email
Cross,
us
I didn't lose
69.
any of those debates. They just said no over and over again. That's not a debate.
Yeah, I really like to
No.
debate with myself sometime though.
Where?
But it doesn't really help.
Where was the
It doesn't
picture
really help
taken from?
debating you though, because you don't even know how to debate. To be honest.
Where is the picture
Jeranism?
from?
You want to go
I'm
on
sending you it
Jeranism with me?
now.
Go on Jeranism with me, Aidan.
There we
Because
go.
I'm seeing some of these that are only 3 miles offshore.
It's
Oh,
structured.
there we go.
Structured debate, bro.
There we go. Yes. Yeah, let's meet on Jeranism. I'll be more than happy to debate you on Jeranism, Aidan.
Where is the...
There we go. There it is.
Where did he
I
take
just
it
sent
from?
it to you.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What do you mean? Where do you take it from? There,
Sure.
This is what it's saying.
Yeah, where
Can I
did he
put it
take
up?
it from on the shore?
You're going to see now. He's showing everything.
Okay, Hill House.
There we go. Let's go to where he's showing everything. There, he's showing you exactly where the platforms are.
Okay.
There it goes. And to his actual location as well. That's Habitat. Whoop. There's Hill House.
Mhm.
And there he is on the shore.
Okay.
Miramar. And he's going to draw it out for you. There
This
we
is
go.
pretty funny.
6.21 miles.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. But he's still showing it. Okay, there we go. Okay. There's everything you need to know. The surf report, the wave heights. I mean, he's giving everything. You wonder why they have air temperature and everything on that.
And a
That
horizon.
picture right there does
way
not look
beyond.
like it was taken from sea. 35 feet of elevation.
No, he's taking different ones. You see, he's taking different ones. Just relax, mate. Just relax. Yeah, he's going to lie on the beach. It's a lack of his donkey.
Why you guys get so mad when we take your ball away, man?
There we go. See, he's literally on the floor.
He's sitting. I see that.
Okay, do you know this shouldn't even
All right,
be
now he stands up.
possible?
Okay, now
No,
he's
he's
okay.
lying down again.
All right.
So, horizon past 10 miles?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Explain that on your globe, please.
I'm going to have to look into it. I didn't consider this
Look
one
up.
example in light of the 80 other ones I looked at.
Well, there's a lot of these around.
This is
The
actually,
problem-
this is
I'm
pretty
sure.
funny, isn't
And
it?
I'm sure there is a very simple explanation for why it's visible.
Yes.
So when
can
you
tell
said
you-
you
I can tell you why
researched
it's a
flat
bit
Earth,
like-
you didn't. When you
What?
said you researched flat Earth,
No,
you pretty much
no.
quit after you went to Eric Dubé's
Nope.
thing and
Nope.
Yep.
Flat Earth
Yeah.
No,
Society.
I picked Eric Dubé because he's the most influential out of all of you.
No,
I looked at a whole bunch of different ones.
I thought
Okay,
I
but
was.
you would agree though that just because he's influential doesn't mean he speaks for us all.
Okay,
You would agree
cool.
about that?
So I'll have to
No.
look at the Black Swan thing, but if I might really quickly,
Yeah.
how to debunk Black Swan flat argument.
You
Because
don't-
I'm
you
willing
don't
to
wanna
bet
do that.
it's been done.
They claim refraction.
Yeah, we already know how they try to debunk it. Bottom line is the reason it's called the Black Swan.
You know
is
this
because if I
argument
make a
7.
claim-
Go either way.
You know
if
this
I make-
argument 7 years old, Aidan.
I'm
This argument 7
Mhm.
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the only answer you guys got is backpack refraction. So making a point then, optical, not
oh,
physical.
yeah, there it is.
Oh.
Okay, go to 102 in the video.
102. Okay, let me see. One. Let me show it again.
Shit's hilarious.
All right. So,
Okay, 102. What now?
yeah, it looks like here. Hit play.
Oh, must I press play? Okay.
All right. You're looking at a different video of the same video. Interesting.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's quite a claim, guys. He's saying it's a different video. Do you know they brought this up as well before and then got shown to be total clown asses?
Well, I'm looking for it right now.
You know what? You know what?
Because I found the exact same platforms. It's the same video. It's just at a different point in the
So
warning.
I've paused it. Yeah. Why do you think they give atmospheric pressure here and the signal wave height and the wind speed?
Probably to somehow say
Air
they're accounting for
temperature.
atmospheric refraction, but your definition of what atmospheric refraction isn't even consistent, so it doesn't matter.
Do you even know how atmospheric refraction works?
Hang on.
I know how.
Just gonna go through it. I'm sure you think you do.
No, I know how.
All right.
From
know
somebody
how.
who says they don't know, I'm sure you think you do.
Listen,
I
just
know
because
how.
I don't know something doesn't mean that you guys do.
Oh, we've been showing it all night that you know nothing.
Who's Thomas Aquinas?
A Catholic commentator who worked on the Latin Vulgate commentating.
Okay,
He's not
got
even
it. So
a
you have no
Christian.
idea what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, is he not Catholic? Was he not Catholic?
He was Catholic.
Was he not a
He was
commentator
Catholic.
on the Latin
He was
Vulgate?
a doctor of the church. He was
A
not
Catholic church.
commentator. It doesn't. Okay, all
oh,
right.
he didn't do
Wait. Okay,
commentating.
what sect is
Oh.
reliable then?
Wait. Now you want to change again. So
What
he was a
sect-
Catholic.
No, I'm not saying
No,
he
no,
wasn't
no.
Catholic. I'm saying what sect is reliable then?
What sect? There's no sect. What you talking about? What sect?
What sect of Christianity is the reliable one?
There's only one Christianity. That's Christianity.
Okay,
The
so
reason
no.
Catholicism is not Christianity is because
Okay,
they
what about
don't-
Orthodox Christianity?
It falls into. Actually, also no, they don't really put Jesus as the deity.
What about Anglican? Methodist?
It's a personal
Huguenot,
relationship with Christ.
Coptic.
If you've got a personal relationship with Christ, you're a Christian.
Yep, that's the way I look at it.
So
Man.
Catholics who have a personal relationship
No,
with
'cause-
Christ, they're not Christian?
No, they don't. Some of them pray to
Some
Mary.
of
They
them might
pray
be.
to the saints.
It's not Catholics who've got the problem with it, it's Catholicism.
What? Why is Catholicism?
Do you know what Matthew 23 says?
What?
The doctrine's wrong.
Do not call anyone on earth father, for you have only one father. So why do the Catholics call on father?
I don't know. Why do Protestants call him
saints.
father? Why does anybody else call him
I-
father? Did
I
you
don't
ever
know.
consider? Did you ever consider that
Protestants only
maybe it's not about the specific word father, but about
No,
the
no, no,
position
no.
of authority? that
I
the
call him. I
Catholics-
call him a degenerate pedophile. That's what I call him.
No, Christians call God the Father, not church fathers father.
Church father. Oh my God, this is just ridiculous.
That's not ridiculous. Why do you go against Matthew 23?
Nobody's going against Matthew 23. You're taking a hyper literalist interpretation of Matthew 23.
Everything is allegorical with you. Why? What do you take literal in the Bible?
The parts that are supposed to be taken literally, the parts that are supposed to be taken allegorically, I take allegorically. You know how I know it's supposed to be taken literally and allegorically? I go back to the early church fathers and the people who knew Jesus Christ closely, and I look at what they said,
Fathers.
and then I read the book myself. Yeah, see, what you're doing right now is just, like, so beyond the pale stupid that I'm not even going to dignify it.
First of all, you asked me why Aquinas is not a authority on the
He's
Bible.
one of the most widely recognized authorities on the
He's
Bible
not an
across
authority-
Christianity, across
He's not an
all
authority on the
Christianity.
Bible
Yes, he is.
because he
Yes,
has
he
nothing
is.
to do with the Bible.
No, he has
He's
everything
a-
to do with the Bible. You
he
don't even
was
know who
a
Aquinas is.
Catholic-
When did
He
Aquinas
was a
live?
Catholic. He was a
When did Aquinas live?
Catholic. He was a Catholic
Mhm.
commentator. Okay.
What other
On the
kinds of
Latin
Christianity could he have been?
Vulgate. Is the Latin Vulgate a Christian Bible or Catholic
Yeah,
Bible?
actually, it is a Christian Bible. It's in the Latin
How many
Vulgate.
books are in the Christian Bible?
Which one? Are we using
The
are we
only
using
Christian
the ones
Bible
that
around,
Protestant
the
use? Or are we using
Bible.
the ones that the Orthodox use? Are we using the ones the Catholics
Okay, how much
use?
are in the Latin Vulgate?
In the Latin Vulgate, I want to say it's 73.
Okay, and in the normal Bible, the Christian Bible,
73.
73.
Yeah, some of them are just considered
63.
deuterocanonical or apocryphal in other
Ooh.
sects.
So in other words, you don't even know, and you want to tell
There's
me I don't know.
66 in the
Well
King
done.
James.
Great.
Yeah. 39 in the Old Testament.
Oh, that's
So
70.
why is there extra books in the Latin
They're
Vulgate?
not extra books in the Latin Bible. The Latin one came first. The KJV took some out and put them in the Apocrypha because they didn't consider them to be scripture.
Do you know the difference?
Originally about 88. Originally about
Why?
88.
Why do you think
if we're
there
including
was?
like the Gospel of Mary and the Gospel of Barnabas, maybe. There's no
Why-
original
why-
Bible with 88 books to it.
Why do you think there was a competition between the Pentecostal Church and the Catholic Church to get people literate in history?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? The Pentecostal Church?
There was an actual race between the Pentecostal Church and the Catholic Church to see who can get the people literate to read their Bibles. Do you know why they had this separate
Whoa. Wait, when are you talking
thing
about
right
here?
throughout history? Even Martin Luther.
When Martin Luther was a Pentecostal? What do you define
Was he-
Pentecostal Christianity for me really quick?
How should I define it? Just
What is
not
it?
a Catholic. We
It's a
believe
sect.
Jesus is the only one Lord and Savior. It's not a sect.
Pentecostal
You
is a
make-
sect.
Are you trying to say Christianity is a cult?
No,
Are you meaning Protestant?
Pentecostalism is a sect of Christianity.
It's an offshoot. Yeah. But it's not a sect. I wouldn't call it a sect because when you say
That's
a sect,
the
that means
word.
you're saying
The
it's a
word
cult.
is sect.
I don't agree with that.
You're wrong. You're
Because
just
you're
wrong.
making it sound like a cult.
No, I'm
Okay,
not
I
making
might be
this.
wrong.
This is the accepted
might be wrong just because
scholarly
you-
terminology.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was
but I
sorry,
don't agree.
it was the Ethiopian Orthodox had 88. That's, I think that's
The
what it was.
Ethiopian still has Enoch and so forth. Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Do you know how we have Enoch?
Because of Enoch, because they have Book of Enoch that they put in.
No, but do you
Ethiopians.
know the process for getting Enoch as we have it today?
It was in the Apocrypha, was it not?
When did it become popular?
Before it was removed. Before
It
it
was
removed.
originally
It was just manuscripted.
When's
It was
it come
manuscript.
from?
A manuscript.
No, when
Yeah,
does it
oh.
come from?
I don't know. I'm not a history historian like you.
Yeah, this is theology. This is religion.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to sit here and we want to insult my ability to talk about religion, let's at least put a baseline for what religious discussion is. You guys aren't meeting it. So don't sit here and
You
call me
literally
stupid.
think a Catholic priest who was a commentator on the Latin Vulgate is an authority on the Christian Bible.
You're describing
It's a
Thomas
category
Aquinas
error.
as a commentator on the Vulgate, which is just not an
You
apt
lied.
description of Aquinas. Like,
Did he not do commentating on the Latin Vulgate? Are you
he
are
did
you
a
saying
whole
he did-
hell of a lot more than commentary on the Latin
He wrote
Vulgate.
books as well. He wrote books. He also
Wrote
preached.
books.
Yes.
Summa Theologica.
Yes.
Do you know
Is
what
that not
it
a book
is?
now?
Do you know what
It's
it
not a book.
is? Do you know what it is?
Is it not a book?
It's used by every sect of Christianity.
It doesn't make it Christian.
It literally is. You are not the
literally isn't.
authority on Christianity in the room, okay? You're not.
You're not either.
I sure as hell am compared to
No,
you.
you're not. No,
You
you're
are a
not.
Mason
You took
claiming to be a
a
Christian.
couple
Oh,
of
I'm a
box
Mason?
top
You know, no,
fucking
let's
horses.
do this. Let's do this. Go on. Masonry. Tell me all about it. What do you know? Did I have to suck a dick to get in?
Ooh,
No, all
nice.
you have to do is believe. All you have to do,
Yeah.
you porch
You do.
mason you, is believe in a
Porch
creator.
Mason you. I'm a
That's
fourth
the
degree
only
Mark
thing you
Master
have to
Mason
do.
making my way up the York right. Calm yourself.
Yeah. Listen,
I've
What
never,
is
I've
this?
never
all you
heard
have
of
to
them.
do, Mr.
Okay.
Porch
What is
Mason,
this?
I'm going to break this down.
All
quickly.
you
I'm
have
gonna
to
break
do,
this down.
listen, I know Masons. I
No,
have
you don't.
Masons in my family. They're low-level porch Masons like
Low level
yourself.
porch Masons. Okay.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay. Can I
Because
break
I
this
totally
down?
don't. I'm
quickly?
totally not part of the esoteric discussions at my local lodge.
Okay, okay,
Right.
Aidan, I'm going to quickly break this down.
Okay.
What does God say about other gods?
Thou
Other
shalt have no gods before me.
Great. And what does this creed say? Part of the masonry. What does
What?
that read there?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Must I read it out for you?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, please read what you're
The
talking about.
lodge is also a secret society. We know what the Bible says about secret societies,
It's not a secret
In fact,
society, it's a
if you don't-
society with secrets.
which is a secret society. Okay, and the largest secret society in
Not
the
a secret
world.
society.
To maintain its secrets, Masonry uses symbolism, secret oaths. We know what the Bible says about that.
Well, they're not secret.
And
they're
secret
actually
rituals.
published.
And secret
Wait,
rituals.
So first
to
of all,
instruct new members
the Bible says
in
you're,
Yeshua.
the Bible does not say you're not allowed to take oaths. The Bible says that you shouldn't take oaths upon other things. It should be a simple yes or no.
And is
So-
this taking an oath? Is this taking an oath upon other things?
No. Also, it's
Oh,
not
so you
secret.
don't take-
All of it's published right here. This is Duncan's
So
Ritual
you
of
don't
Freemasonry.
take oath.
This
so
is
you don't
Duncan's
take
Ritual of
oaths in
Freemasonry.
secret.
Duncan's Ritual of Freemasonry. Explain to me how a secret society's rituals are published by that society and available on Amazon.
Are there things that you guys have to take oaths to keep secret?
We do take an oath to keep things secret.
Making my point. Thank
Nope.
you. Okay, next.
Nope. Slow
Next,
down.
okay.
Slow down. Who'd I take the oath to? Who'd I
To
swear
the
on?
Masonic-
Who'd
to
I
the
swear on?
Masonic text.
What?
Okay, so each
After
new
that.
member swears during the
No.
ceremony.
We're doing something right now. We're displaying
Yeah.
exactly how little you know about things you think you know.
No, I'm showing literally that you are being deceptive to people
First
and
of all,
trying to lie.
you haven't even told people what you're reading from.
The Secret Teaching of a Masonic Lodge.
By whom?
From moodypublishers.com.
By whom?
moodypublishers.com.
By whom? Who's the author?
moodypublishers.com.
That's not an author. That's a publisher. Who's the author?
Oh.
Who
Okay,
wrote
we'll get
it?
to it now. Let's just read this through, then I'll send it to you. Then you
Who
can
wrote
check.
it? You
We'll check it
didn't
now. You're
even
just
check.
trying-
You didn't even check who wrote the book
You
before
are
you
trying-
started citing it.
No,
you
you're
didn't
trying
even
to get
check
away.
who wrote
You're trying
the
to-
book.
Let me make my point here, then we'll move
No,
to
no,
it,
no, no,
because you're
we're-
trying to deflect.
No, what you're trying to
afraid of
do,
it.
what you're trying to do is you're trying to spout a bunch of
scared to
word
death.
vomit at people.
Aiden, you scared to death. And
I'm
the
not
answer
scared to
is
death.
Who you, and the
No,
answer is
we need to
who-
go. We need to
Hold
start.
on.
We need to
As
start.
an answer to who you swear your oath to, it's not necessarily God. It's
No,
only
not
to
God
a
at all.
supreme being of your choice.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
In my case,
Ooh.
Well, I
God.
didn't ask about your case. I don't know who. You might have been up there feeling up Baphomet's titties and shit for all I know.
All
I
right,
don't
let's
know
ask
your-
another question. Who's Baphomet? Who's Baphomet? Where's he come
That's
from?
Baphomet.
Oh,
That's
Where's he
Anyway.
come from?
God, buddy.
Okay, guys, he's
Where's he
doing
come
this
from?
to try. He's doing this to distract us from what we're going on screen.
Yeah,
with.
I'm
Exactly,
not
I
doing
know.
this to distract you from what's on
I,
screen.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead. No,
But
you know what? Go
you
ahead.
do.
Read it.
You
Read it. I
remember-
won't even interrupt. I won't even interrupt.
Oh,
Each
how
new
nice
member-
of you.
Each new member swears during these secret ceremonies, we know what the Bible says about that, to remain loyal to the lodge and its teachings. What does the teacher say? What does Matthew 23 say further? Then, who gave himself as. Wait, let me. Where was I? Oh,
I thought you
had
were going to
it.
read it, bud.
Yes, we are reading it. We're going through. But anyway, you
Alright,
shall
well, what are
not
the
call anyone your
teachings?
father or the people your teachers. Okay?
Well, no. Okay, so now you're just totally misconstruing the Bible for your own purposes.
That's
Which,
exactly
by the
what
way,
this.
is sinful. Like, you're sinning right now by doing that.
Oh, by reading a scripture out.
No, by misrepresenting scripture to mean something
How
that
am
it
I
doesn't.
misrepresenting? I'm reading
Because-
it out. I'm not saying
Do people take oaths in the Bible?
yes, and they said
Ah!
not to.
So people take oaths in the Bible, you're saying. Interesting. Now, let me ask a
Mhm.
question. Do people call
Did
other
they
people
take
teachers?
oaths? Wait. Did they take oaths in the New Testament?
That does, stop that. Just stop that.
Oh, Jesus came
No.
to what?
First of all,
Oh,
Let you yes,
first of
yes,
all,
and no be
first
no.
of all,
Yes,
yes.
well, no,
First of
no,
all,
heaven or earth.
yes.
But let
First
your
of
yes be
all,
yes, and your no be
yes.
no.
What do you think baptism is?
That's not an oath.
It's quite
is a-
literally an oath.
No,
it
it's
is
not.
not.
An oath.
What's an
No,
oath?
it isn't.
What's an
It's a
oath?
symbolic rebirth into a new life. That's all.
What is an oath?
Wow.
What's
so
an
you
oath?
saying Jesus took
What's
an
an
oath?
oath? What's an oath?
When Jesus.
What's an oath?
When Jesus.
What's an oath?
when-
What's an oath?
when Jesus-
What's an oath?
Okay,
What's an oath?
it's a
Answer
promise.
the question.
Hold on. It's a promise, and in your case, under penalty of death,
No,
under
actually.
penalty of dismemberment.
Yeah,
under
maybe,
penalty-
maybe you
Yeah,
would think
yeah,
that,
yeah.
wouldn't you? You would think that because
Well,
you've never
no.
been in a
You want to
Masonic
tell me
lodge.
about? Let's talk
Okay.
about the Hiram. Let's talk about the Hiram ritual and the
Okay.
oath that you had to swear.
Where'd we get
Did you
Hiram
not
Abiff?
have to swear? Did you not have to swear to keep those secrets, or you'd have
I
your
did swear
heart
to keep
cut
those
out, and your
secrets.
tongue and ripped out, and all this other
Yes.
nonsense?
I did swear to
Come
keep
on,
those
buddy.
secrets.
Come
know-
on,
Right.
man.
You know what else was made abundantly clear to everybody?
Mhm.
You're not in any actual danger. It's just tradition.
Mhm.
Oh,
There's no
Mm,
penalty
okay,
of death.
anyway.
I could reveal every
Okay.
Masonic secret I know of in the world right now, and
Dude.
all I would get is a slap on the
Wow.
wrist and a boot from the
Dude.
lodge.
Dude,
so why is it secret?
bullshit.
I could. Multiple people have done it.
You don't know anything that
Yes,
would
I
be
do.
to reveal. No,
Oh,
you
that's
don't.
so
Up
cute.
to
What,
that
you think
degree,
that
I
because you were
don't.
born in
No,
1965,
you
you
do
know
not.
more than
No,
I
you
do?
don't. That's why I called you
Wow.
Porch Mason.
Okay.
I'm not a
Okay.
porch mason, dude.
Wait.
I'm
Yes,
not.
you are.
What?
I've
Wait,
been
wait,
in
wait,
the
guys.
fucking
Can I ask a
magazine.
question?
I'm
Yes,
not a
Aidan?
porch mason.
You're
How
a
much
pork
levels
mason.
do you have? Do you only have your first 3 levels now?
No, I don't have just my first 3 levels now.
Then
Where
you're
are
a
you
pork
now?
mason.
Where are you now?
I just said I don't have my first 3 levels. And I have more.
So you don't even have your first 3 yet.
No! Oh my god!
So you're
how
not even a
how have
mason
you
yet.
gotten this far in life if you can't
You're
understand
literally not even
language?
a mason. You know when you get accepted, you get your
Hey,
first 3 levels.
fuck
So you're
card.
not even a
Fuck
mason
card!
yet.
I'm a 4th degree Mark Master Mason.
Oh, he gets triggered, easy. He's so
Degree.
patronising, isn't he?
Mark
So now he
Wow.
has.
Master.
You just said you
Wow.
didn't.
No, what I said
wow.
was I don't just have my first 3 degrees. You don't
Okay,
listen.
I am
You're
correct.
incapable of comprehending anything that isn't right physically in
That's
front of your
how
face.
Wait,
crazy
wait,
it
let
is,
me get
isn't
this
it?
straight. Let me get this
Four,
straight.
guys.
So you
Fourth-
hung out
yes.
and role played
Fourth
with a bunch
degree.
of old guys.
Let me guess. Let me
You
guess. Let me guess.
role-play
Wait,
with a
wait,
bunch
hang
of
on,
old
hang on.
guys,
Let me
and
guess.
then
Let me guess.
they said,
Let me
"Oh, you're
guess.
now
You
a
think you
whistle
probably also
master or
think
some
that
shit."
4th degree goes straight to 33rd, right? You think that as a 4th degree Mark Master Mason,
No.
I'm on the way to 33rd, right?
I
Right?
think you're all a bunch of fucking lunatics, is what I think.
Yeah.
I think you're an
Absolutely.
old dude who has nothing of value in his life, whose kids probably
You
don't
see
even
what-
talk to him anymore,
you
and
see
this is
what
the
I
only
No.
way he can possibly
No.
feel important is
Listen.
by calling
Hey,
men who are
hey,
younger than him
Hey,
reasons.
hey, asshole!
listen.
Hey, asshole!
That's
My
ridiculous.
kid's
That's
a
awful.
my kid's a mason,
Okay.
and
Don't
you know
talk about
what?
other
I talk
people's
to him
kids.
all the time.
So
So
your
don't-
kid's a
don't
Mason,
get
and now
down.
you're sitting here yelling at somebody else for
Okay.
being one?
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I
Does he
just
know-
said I-
does he
and
know
I-
that you
listen,
think
I
he's a
don't say nothing to
Satanist?
you I won't say to him. I've said I
Okay.
think you know going around and role playing a bunch of quirky bullshit with some old
He's-
guys being in a
I
club.
wanna-
Ooh, we got secrets in our clubhouse.
I-
You know what, man?
You haven't even
Come on.
Have
I
you ever
wanna
actually
find out,
sat him
isn't-
down and asked? Have
isn't-
you ever sat your
sorry.
son down and asked him
Okay.
about what he's doing? Have you thought to take an
Okay,
interest
but-
in his life?
Isn't one of the
You know
the,
why he's probably a
um,
Mason? He's probably a Mason because his father figure completely failed him and he needed to find one somewhere else.
isn't
What an
being an
asshole. You're an
ambassador of
asshole.
the
Probably
Mason
I'm an
Mason,
asshole.
you
I'm an
know
asshole.
what
guys,
You,
guys,
PJ,
guys,
you've been
guys,
calling me a
guys,
retard and an idiot and a moron and a
You're
dumbass
correct.
for
You're
hours.
correct.
You know what?
No,
I
guys.
tried to be polite. I
No.
really did my best
No.
early on in the show,
No, guys.
but all you've
Chill,
done is
guys.
deflect and deny and
You're the
bitch
one
and say
deflecting.
things you don't understand and accuse
You
people of not
deflected.
being
Yeah.
serious about their faith. You want to
Okay,
talk
I'm
about
trying
not
to
being
show you-
serious about your faith?
Aidan,
Go look in
you
the
want me to
fucking
finish?
mirror, dude. You're
want me to
denying a
finish?
physical reality. You're saying the Bible
Aidan.
says something that's not true. What
No.
does that make
You're
you?
really
Aidan, you
No.
want me
triggered
to
about your
finish?
cult, ain't you?
Then I finish my point here.
No,
or
you
no,
had
you
the Holy
can't
Spirit,
finish
you
your
wouldn't
point
be
because I
talking
gotta
like that,
go.
dude.
I already went
Okay,
20
I know,
minutes
I just
over
wanna
when I
finish it so
intended
you
to
can
be
go.
here.
I
You know,
just want
I
to
hope
finish
you
it.
find the
so you can
Holy
go.
Spirit, dude. I hope you find
I
the Holy
just-
Spirit.
Guys,
I
I just wanna
hope you
finish
find
this
the
so you can
ability
go.
to consider that not everybody in the world is some sort of
Okay.
stupid jackass just because they don't agree with you. That's what I hope
Okay,
you
great.
find.
Great.
No,
okay.
Wow.
you're a stupid
Wow.
So can I
jackass.
finish
You
my
open
point
your
now,
mouth
guys?
and
Can
do
you,
it.
guys,
Can't
please, I
even
just want to
insult
finish.
nicely.
Guys, I just want to finish this point so Aidan can go. Is that fine?
Go.
Is
Go
that
for
fine?
it.
Okay, thank you. So, yes, you take oaths you're not supposed to.
Nope.
You
No.
yes,
No.
you belong to secret society. You're not supposed
No.
to. Okay, it literally. says
Yeah,
that. Okay.
No, shut her. Oh my God, just shut up in the
Okay,
background.
guys.
If you want to be
The
part of the
teachings-
conversation, be part of the conversation.
Listen. The teachings instruct each new candidate how he is to serve and the rewards he can expect.
This is
What does
already wrong.
Christianity teach? What
This
does
is
Christianity
already
teach?
wrong. There aren't
What does
rewards.
Christianity teach?
There
Oh, you
aren't
don't get rewards.
rewards.
Yes,
There
they are. That's what
aren't-
your levels are.
There aren't rewards.
That's why you have levels, mate.
Okay,
It's
what did I get?
reward.
When I became a Master Mason, what was my reward? What'd I get?
You got a
You wanna-
title.
You got a title. That's a reward.
That's
man.
just a
Anyway.
recognition of
A lot
what
of
I
praise,
know.
Which
that's
is
for
the
sure.
reward.
Lot
That's a
of praise.
recognition of
Lot of
Okay.
what I have learned.
Anyway,
That's not a reward.
in addition,
Who-
but look
you
at this,
just
guys.
come
This
from
is
you,
this is
you
what
leave
the
it.
issue
Also,
here.
it says
In
rewards,
addition-
plural. What are they? What are the rewards?
In addition, Masonry
find
views
out.
its mission in life as helping to bring the beliefs of all men into harmony. What does the Bible say about other gods again?
That's not what. No, because now you're reading into it.
A harmony?
No.
basically primarily on Masonic
No, it is
teaching.
not. Masonry does not teach you that Shiva and Jesus are co-equal. It teaches
Oh,
you.
okay.
It teaches you that the things you have learned about life as a Christian and the thing they have learned about life as a Hindu might be worth sharing with one another. That
Nope.
yes,
Not what
that
the
is
Bible teaches.
it's not in violation of any biblical teaching at all.
You shall not be unequally yoked, and you are having
Nobody's-
an oath of a
No.
secret society with a
See, no,
person.
because this is the problem.
that-
Is you're just ignoring everything that contradicts your
No.
your preconceived
I'm
notions.
literally reading on screen.
You don't even
and
know
you're
who
telling
wrote
me-
this. You don't
I'm
even
gonna-
know who wrote it.
I'm going to show you now once I've made my point.
You really
So
triggered
stop
about that
over talking me.
I'm
Stop
not
getting
triggered,
so triggered.
moron.
Yes, you are.
You are.
Okay.
I'm not triggered.
So
This isn't me being triggered.
But these
This is
are
me
the
dealing
two
with
of-
3 people who collectively have the IQ of an underripe coconut. All
More
right,
adults.
that's
And
what's
you've
going
got
on
the
here.
hubris.
First,
You've got
okay,
the hubris the
first,
size of an
first-
effluent.
okay,
I
first.
see, I see the Masons have made
wait,
you
wait,
a
wait,
better
wait.
man.
Okay.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Masons
of
have
course.
actually made me a better man.
Right,
Wait,
right,
guys,
right.
please. First is their belief in the universal fatherhood of God. What is
wait,
universal
okay,
fatherhood
no.
of God?
So this is The Secret Teachings of the Masonic Lodge, A Christian Perspective by John Ankerberg and John Weldon. Were either of these men Masons?
Probably not.
Oh, wait, so they couldn't possibly know what goes on in the lodge, right? It's a secret society,
not?
right? How could they know? How could they know any of this if it's a secret society?
You just said you,
Was
whoa,
that considered? No, it
Wait.
wasn't, because you don't consider anything.
You just presented a book that said, "Look, we're out in the open. We don't need to keep secrets."
This
That's
is
how
our
the people
literal
get information.
rituals.
Rituals? What does the Bible say about rituals?
Oh my god. Oh my god, you are just unbelievably stupid.
no,
Do you know
I'm
that?
not. I'm
That's
not.
another taking the Lord's name in vain.
Yeah. Okay. So
Again,
anyway,
that's not
let's
what
get on.
taking the Lord's name in
Believe
vain even
Yes,
in
means.
the
yes, it
universal
is.
fatherhood
No, it
of
isn't.
God
All right, so
and
as
the
far as I can
brotherhood-
tell, neither
and
of
the
the
brotherhood
authors,
of my
neither of the
man.
authors of this book
by
were
this.
Freemasons. Now, you
By
know,
this, Masons teach that all men, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, Mormons, Buddhists, and Christians, regardless of their personal religious views, are the spiritual sons of God.
Oh,
Last time
wait.
I checked, there's only one way to Jesus, to
All
heaven,
right,
and that's
all
through
right.
Jesus.
Yeah, and where does that say you can achieve salvation through Masonic teachings?
You are
It
literally
doesn't.
not. You are
It
saying
doesn't.
it's okay for a Jew or a Hindu
Spiritually,
or
the
an
son-
Islamist
Are
or a
we
Buddhist
all
to praise
spiritually?
their own
Oh,
God.
Keith, Kevin, whatever your name is, I don't even remember or care. Are we all the children of God? All humans? Does the Bible say all humans are the children of God?
You're born as human, but people choose not
Does
to
the
be.
Bible say all humans are the children of God?
No,
It
not
does.
actually.
It does. It does. It
Where?
does.
Not if you
Sure,
disown
show me.
God.
No, but okay. No. You're just reinterpreting the Bible to your own needs. That's not how it
Show
works.
me. No, you
The
just
Bible.
did that.
Okay,
Show
so
me
now
where
we're
it
just
says that.
ignoring the Bible entirely. Now, here's
Show
what we're
me
gonna
where
do.
it says what
I'm
you
gonna
just
read
claimed.
you. I'm gonna read you the actual oldest Masonic document we have. Okay? Ready for this?
Was the Nephilim children of God?
They were children of angels. They're not human.
So not children of God then.
They're children of angels. They're not human. The Watchers are the sons of God.
Ah, Watchers, exactly.
The Watchers aren't the Nephilim.
hmm
No.
And the demons come from?
The offspring.
Nephilim. The souls of the Nephilim.
Hmm. So not
see.
everyone is God's children.
Well, those aren't humans, now are they?
So
I said
You said
all
everyone.
I said
When you're born
everyone,
again, you've
obviously
adopted-
referring to humans. Yeah, you ever see the Jordan Peterson interview where he says something and then the interviewer goes, "So you're saying that," and then says something completely different? You've done that all stream, the whole thing.
no,
All right.
I'm literally taking what you're saying and asking, is that what you mean?
Okay. All right. The first
Stream
point.
video.
The first point. Ready?
Stream of idiom.
The first point in the earliest Masonic document we know of, we date it to 1390. Scholars have dated it to the first quarter of the 15th century, so between 1400 and 1425. The first point of the oldest Masonic document there is, that who will know this craft and come to his state, he must love well God and Holy Church always.
Mhm.
That is from
Yeah.
the first point of the oldest Masonic document. It is from England. The church in question is the Christian church. The God
Yeah,
in
and-
question is the Christian God. Masonry has
Okay.
been Christian from its very inception.
Great. And what has changed? Why is it now including all religions?
Because it's spread across the world, and it's not about. It's not a religion, dude. It's not a religion. We accept people of all religions.
I actually watched the interview like a few days ago.
Listen, I have to go. I have to go.
And
I actually have to go.
And he believes he's going to be reincarnated, and he's a so-called Christian Mason.
Okay, I don't care what one random lunatic thinks. All right, I don't.
Random lunatic.
I can show you another Christian X.
There are millions of us. You're gonna find a few with quirky
that
weirdness. But
said
as
he
I
couldn't
said,
take the
I have to
rituals.
go. I tried my best, but I
I know
cannot
you
get
did.
through
I
you
know it's
people.
hard.
I
I know
cannot
it's
get
hard,
through you
Aidan.
people.
Can I just ask you one last question, Aidan? Do you feel that the Masons have made you a better man?
I do, actually.
You
No,
must
not
have been
how
a
you
real
acted.
fucking dick. You
What?
must have been a real fucking dick.
I wasn't.
Because if
here's
that's
the
all
thing.
the better they
you
could
guys
do
got
with
through
you.
4 of these. You got through 8 hours of you guys just insulting me constantly. 8 hours of that.
Dude,
so
we
you
showed
so
you
you can dish
ignorant.
it out, but you
No,
can't take it.
no. You didn't
Look,
show me to
look,
be
look.
ignorant. You said I was
Yes.
wrong, didn't actually prove
And
it,
said
and
how
then
you're
proceeded
wrong.
to call me an idiot. So what we're going to do
Just
here
like
is I'm
tonight.
going to point this out. I'm going to point this out, and then I'm going to leave, because I have to go do things. All right?
Yeah,
I have things I need to go do. What I'm going to point
me
out
too,
is that
please.
8 hours of streams of you people just insulting me existed
Just
before
insulting.
I came on here.
Very easily, Hawk, because most of that was just
8
So
hours.
literally
8
when
hours.
we
No.
stopped you saying-
Yeah, I get it.
So
I get
literally
it.
when
I
we
get it.
stopped
You guys have
saying-
not progressed past the age of 3 in
You
terms of
started
You can
off
talk.
with
I
three.
get that. I
You
understand.
haven't even
I
talked-
understand
but
that.
it's
But
so
the point is, you do not get to sit. No.
thin-skinned.
You do not get to
Bro,
sit here.
Jake.
You do not get to sit here
Bro,
after
Jake.
spending 8
Bro,
hours.
You
Oh,
Chris,
yeah,
and you.
yeah.
8
Yeah, I did.
hours.
Pride cometh before
Yeah.
the fall.
All right. Yeah.
Let
Right.
me
Of
tell you
course.
something.
You know,
You
it's-
started out right
Remember
off
that.
the bat.
Pride
You
comes-
got under my
pride comes
fucking
before the
skin
fall.
by
Remember it.
starting to insult me right the first time, right at the beginning of a goddamn video.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I had
Right,
watched
yeah,
part of it
You hadn't even
beforehand.
heard a
My
goddamn
Because I had
thing
divine
watched
wisdom.
part of it
My-
beforehand. Because
What
I
about
knew
my
what was
divine
coming.
wisdom?
I didn't realize
No,
Greg
you
was a
hadn't.
retard,
Wisdom.
but I knew
Dude,
what was
you
coming.
actually
All right,
said
you know
you
what?
hadn't
back,
watched it.
I
You
said I hadn't
you
watched
hadn't
the whole
watched
thing.
it.
I said
So-
I hadn't watched
so
the whole
Masons
thing.
are
I said
liars,
I
too.
said I hadn't watched the whole
You're
thing.
a liar.
I said
You're
I
a
hadn't watched the
fucking
whole
liar.
thing.
Aiden,
You're a
Aiden,
fucking
I want to
liar.
ask you.
I'm not a liar. Now let me finish
Oh,
the
yes,
last thing
I
I was
can
going to
prove
say.
you're a
Be a
liar.
host for once. Let me finish my statement, because what I'm trying to
You haven't
say
let me.
is there were 8
You haven't let
hours.
me.
8 hours of video of you guys just insulting me over and over and
Nope.
over again, and I still came on the show.
You're a thin
So if
skinned
you're
little-
gonna sit
Okay.
here and call me
Okay.
thin-skinned, if you're gonna say that I
Okay.
can't insult you back, no, you want to throw an
You
insult
can
at me, I'm gonna
insult
throw
all you
one
want.
right back in your face. All
Okay.
right,
You were the one
that's
that
the way
started
this
with the
works.
insults tonight.
Now I
You
have
were the
things
one
I
that
have to
started
go
the insults.
do. I'm
Really bad.
sorry. I'm genuinely sorry I gave your channel the exposure I did, and now I have to go do things. So please
Yeah, that's-
continue
that-
believing whatever the fuck
See,
you
that's
want.
the
It doesn't
pride in
bother
you-
me. I'm gonna
pride in
continue
you
living
is
in the real world.
ridiculous.
I've made my point. You
That's
haven't,
called
and
cognitive
you never
dissonance,
will.
guys.
Goodbye.
You haven't made
The
a
point
single
is you're-
point.
Goodbye. Good fucking lord. Oh, I'm still live on my side of things. Hang on, guys. All right. Whew. Oh, wait, why is my camera not coming up? Hang on. Hang on. Where am I? Webcam capture. Watch. There we go. Here we go. Woo! You know, I'm glad I did it partially, because I definitely want to take some of that into account as I get ready for the Witsit one. But, oh my god. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I'm not even sure how to deal with the things they said. It's like, it doesn't matter how many times you make an argument. No matter what your argument is, they ignore it and they just come up with their own. And they're like, well, what about this random thing? And I'm like, well, let me go try and figure out if anybody's debunked it. And the immediate thing they do is go, oh my god, he's looking to see if anybody debunked it. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, where it even came from. Black Swan, event, flat earth. Let's see. Yep. The fact that atmospheric refraction is at play in the Black Swan photo is evidenced by the vertical compression and wavy distortion that the more distant platform exhibits in the photo. Second error that flat earthers make in invoking the Black Swan photo is that they pass off what this photo shows as an everyday occurrence. As I demonstrated in my earlier blog, the man who made the video admitted that most days the visible horizon is between the shore and the platforms. That's the point that I was trying to make earlier, is that this is refraction. But, like, finally! I finally found the picture. Hang on, let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Window capture. It's the answers in Genesis one. I think it's this one. Yeah, here we go. So this is another picture from the same spot, clearly showing that the further platform is below the curve. Like, I knew it had to be something like refraction. I just wasn't ready to, like, land on that before having a chance to look it up. But recently made a video where he made much the same claim. His video shows platform Ellen and platform Ellie several miles off of Huntington Beach. Ellen is on the left, Eli is on the right. Visible horizon lays just beyond the two platforms. Screenshot of the edit history of Nathan's comment with this video. His original comment said that his elevation of 510 feet. Nathan concluded that since the platforms are nearly 25 miles away, this view is impossible if the Earth is a globe. Notice Nathan's gloating, but also notice that the gloating and details are gone in the edit 6 hours later. Why did Nathan change his comment? Yep. It's just, like, it's incredible. I knew there was something wrong with what they were saying. I just didn't know what it was. Whew, boy. But I hope you guys were entertained. I knew I needed to bring it off of this stuff because they were just gonna keep on doing it. They were just gonna keep making up new stuff. But thank you. I appreciate all of the I love you Aidens in the chat. Aiden warned you not to go into Flat Dirt Village. You did, and I did it anyway. But now I'll know what to say when I get Witsit on. Their voices are drilling holes in my brain. Make it stop. Make it stop. Yeah, that's the thing is, like, they're on there just insulting me repeatedly, and then the second I fire back, they're like, "Why are you being such an asshole?" Like, can't facts and logic and emotional argument. You're right. This is how'd I get drawn into Dirt Village? I don't know. New here, banned on Flats. Aiden will get nowhere with these morons. Gemini PJ was drunk a few weeks ago and apologized to Flat that he's lying. No drink 2 years. Wow. Wow. My boyfriend's a construction engineer and in long runways. That's the other thing is, like, I feel like they just, they kind of kept doing that thing where they would, as an engineer in long runways at airports, they account for the curvature of the Earth. Of course they do. Like, the thing that's, like, I think the reason I was getting so frustrated is that no matter how many times I actually made a point that they could not argue with, they just went ahead and pretended it wasn't a relevant point. Anyway, I wasn't lying when I said I have to be places. We have a show this weekend at Troubles End Brewing in Collegeville, me and my buddies from my band. So, yeah, if you want to come see us play, we're playing an emo night, Troubles End Brewing Company in Collegeville, Pennsylvania, at 8 p.m. on Friday night. And aside from that, I think Weird Bible is tomorrow. I'm not positive that it is. And then, what else is there? Anything that comes to mind? Not that I can think of. All right, well, oh yeah, Friday there will be no Helldrinker stream because of, you know, that. So, all right. Anyway, with all of that said and out of the way, I have to go practice. Bye, guys.